In the vast expanse of the cosmos, where the star is a universal blueprint, it is prayer. In this prologue, we stand on the brink of victory begins, where geometry is not just a study, but 144. Historical background. Leaves on the stem known as phylococosis in Da Vinci, and in the design of the Parthenon. The sequence can model a growth pattern in which the growth it has inspired philosophical reflections on the chambers of the human heart. Sacred geometry is a universal blueprint. It is a dance of numbers and shapes in which each curve, line and angle tells a story of creation, balance, and the search for enlightenment. As we embark on this journey through the realm of sacred geometry, we're not simply exploring the mathematics of the universe, we are delving into the soul of existence. Here, science and spirituality converge, where the measurable meets the mystical, and where each form is a symbol, every pattern of prayer. In this prologue, we stand on the brink of discovery, ready to cross a path laid down by ancient wisdom and modern insight. We will unlock the secrets held in the Platonic solids, the golden ratio, the meditation mandala, and the blooming flower of life in the midst of all creation. Let us open our minds to the possibility that in every geometric shape, there is a message from the cosmos, a guide to understanding our place in the great tapestry of life. This is where our voyage to the sanctuary begins, where geometry is not just a study, but a spiritual journey, inviting us to see the world not as it is, but as it can be, interconnected, harmonious, and deeply divine. Fibonacci sequences. Definition. A Fibonacci sequence is a series of numbers where each number is the sum of the previous two numbers, usually starting with 0 and 1. Thus, the sequence begins 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89,144. Historical background. Named after Leonardo of Pisa, known as Fibonacci, who introduced the sequence to the Western world through his book Liber Abaci in 1202. However, the sequence itself was known to Indian mathematicians as early as the 6th century. Appearance in nature and art, natural phenomena. Fibonacci sequences often appear in biological settings, such as the arrangement of leaves on the stem known as phylococosis, in which the leaves are placed around the stem in a fraction of turns associated with Fibonacci numbers, maximizes exposure to sunlight. The arrangement of the circles in the cane cone fruit, pineapple and sunflower seeds, where the number of circles in each direction is usually a consecutive Fibonacci number. Art and architecture, the golden ratio, closely related to Fibonacci numbers, has been used in art for proportions and aesthetics, especially in the work of Leonardo da Vinci and in the design of the Parthenon. Modern architecture sometimes uses Fibonacci proportions for balance and beauty. Music. Some composers have used Fibonacci numbers in the structure of their works, influencing rhythms, melodies, or shapes. Application computer science, Fibonacci numbers are used in algorithms, especially in dynamic programming for optimization problems. Sequences also appear in data structures such as Fibonacci heaps. Economy. The sequence can model a growth pattern in which the growth of each period depends on the sum of the previous two periods. Cryptography. Fibonacci numbers have been used in creating pseudo-random number generators and in several encryption schemes. Cultural and philosophical implications. Sacred geometry. The Fibonacci sequence is often associated with sacred geometry, symbolizing the relationship between the microcosm and the macrocosm, embodying the principles of growth and harmony in nature. Philosophy of nature. It has inspired philosophical reflections on the order and beauty of the universe that exists, proposing the mathematical structure that underlies all life. Fibonacci sequences are more than just mathematical curiosity. It is a bridge between the abstract and the tangible, between numbers and nature. It invites us to reflect on the mysteries of growth, beauty, and universal patterns that govern our world, reminding us that at the heart of mathematics lies a profound reflection of life itself. In the dance of numbers and rhythms of the universe, as a mathematical phenomenon, but as proof of the interconnectedness ratio, a cousin of the Fibonacci sequence with the world in a way that recognizes the patterns, the golden ratio. Definition. The golden ratio into two parts so that the ratio of the entire aesthetic properties in works such as Vitruvian Man. Nature, the growth pattern of the plant spiral, such as in the examples. Design, Modern design exploration into the middle of the Fibonacci sequence, not merely as a mathematical phenomenon, but as proof of the interconnectedness of all things. Here we will travel through the landscape of mathematics, science, art and philosophy to reveal how these simple yet profound patterns of numbers reflect the complexity of life itself. Our voyage will take us from the ancient library where Fibonacci first introduced its sequence to the Western world, to the natural world where it manifests itself in the most unexpected places. We will delve into the golden ratio, a cousin of the Fibonacci sequence, and see how it has shaped human creativity and our understanding of beauty. We will explore how these numbers have found their way into modern technology, the economy, and even the fabric of our digital lives. But more than that, this preface is an invitation to look beyond numbers, to appreciate the Fibonacci sequence as a symbol of growth, balance, and a universal quest for harmony. It is an invitation to engage with the world in a way that recognizes the patterns that bind us, the growth that defines us, and the beauty that surrounds us. As you open this page, let us together begin this exploration with an open mind and a curious heart, ready to know how number sequences can illuminate the essence of life, creativity, and the cosmos. Welcome to the world of Fibonacci, where every number tells a story, and every story connects us to the infinity. Golden ratio, definition. The golden ratio, often denoted by the Greek letter phi, f, is an irrational number roughly equal to 1.618033988749895. Mathematically, it is defined as a positive solution to a quadratic equation. The golden ratio has a unique property where the overall ratio to the larger part is the same as the ratio of the larger part to the smaller part. If you divide a line segment into two parts so that the ratio of the entire segment to the longer section is equal to the ratio of the longer section to the shorter section, that ratio is the golden ratio. Historical significance. Ancient Greece. The golden ratio was known by the ancient Greeks and was used in the design of the Parthenon and in the work of architects such as Phidias. Renaissance. It became famous during the Renaissance. Artists such as Leonardo da Vinci explored his aesthetic properties in works such as Vitruvian Man, in which human proportions are analyzed in terms of the golden ratio. Fibonacci sequence. The golden ratio is closely related to the Fibonacci sequence, ratio of consecutive Fibonacci numbers approaching f while the massage is running. Geometric representation. The golden ratio can be visualized in a golden rectangle where, if you remove the square from the rectangle, the remaining rectangle is the other rectangle of gold. Applications in nature and art. Nature, the growth pattern of the plant spiral, such as in the arrangement of leaves, phyllotaxis, or the inner spiral of pine cones, often approaches the golden ratio. Certain shell shapes, such as nautilus, exhibit a logarithmic spiral that follows the golden ratio. Art and architecture, used for centuries in art to achieve aesthetically pleasing proportions. Mondrian's composition, Da Vinci's Last Supper, and Le Corbusier's modular system architecture are among the many examples. Design. Modern designers use the golden ratio in everything from logos to web layouts for balance and visual appeal. Cultural and aesthetic impact. Aesthetic appeal. The golden ratio is often considered to represent ideal proportions, contributing to beauty and harmony in design and art. Symbolism. It is seen as a symbol of perfection, balance, and natural order, resonating with the philosophical and spiritual concepts of harmony in the universe. Modern applications. Computer graphics. It goes beyond its mathematical definition to be stars and shapes whisper the secrets of creation, serves not only as a number but as a bridge between the talents that have been respected, studied and used in ways that intrinsic order of life itself. Let logic meets mystery. There is a ratio so mysteriously understood. Its value, about one. Here, we will pursue the goldenness of life itself. What goes beyond its mathematical definition to be a bridge between art, nature and science, symbolizing the beauty and order of the universe that exists. It continues to inspire and intrigue, reminding us of the deep connection between the seemingly different elements of our world. Whether in flower petals or building architecture, the golden ratio whispers the harmony that underlies all creations. In the vast tapestry of the cosmos, where numbers dance with stars and shapes whisper the secrets of creation, there is a ratio so divine, so perfectly balanced, that it has captivated humanity through the ages. This is the story of the golden ratio, known to the ancients as divine proportions, a mathematical puzzle closely related to the fabric of existence. From galactic spirals to the simplest daisy petals, from Renaissance artworks to architecture that defined civilization, the golden ratio, or phi, F, serves not only as a number but as a bridge between the tangible and subtle. It is a symphony of silence, visual harmony that speaks of beauty, balance and the universal search for perfection. As we embark on this journey through the realms of mathematics, art and nature, we are not just exploring ratios, we are delving into the essence of what makes the universe sing in harmony. This prologue invites you to reflect on the mysteries of numbers that have been respected, studied and used in ways that transcend cultures, eras and disciplines. Here, we will trace the footsteps of those who first recognized its allure, from the architects of ancient temples to the philosophers who saw in their proportions divine reflections. We will witness how this simple yet profound ratio has left its mark on the world, influencing not only the physical but also the philosophy, challenging us to see beauty not only in form but in the intrinsic order of life itself. Let us open our minds to the whispers of the golden ratio, as we embark on a voyage in which numbers become poetry, art becomes science, and the universe reveals its most elegant secret, that in the harmony of proportions lies the key to understanding the beauty of all things. Welcome to the exploration of the golden ratio, where every curve, line and corner tells a story of cosmic elegance. In the maze of numbers where logic meets mystery, there is a ratio so mysterious, so deeply woven into the fabric of reality, it confuses even the most intelligent mind. It's not just a number, it is a cipher to the hidden beauty of the universe, a puzzle wrapped in a galactic spiral, the symmetry of flowers and the proportions of art that stir the human spirit. They call it the golden ratio, or phi, F, a number that dances on the fringes of rationality, is always one step away from being fully understood. Its value, about 1.618033988749895, is an irrational number, tempting us with infinite, non-repeating decimal sequences. But why is this ratio, this difficult to understand F, appearing so persistently in nature, art and the human soul? This prologue invites you into a puzzle where every clue is a pattern, every question pattern, and each question brings deeper into the mystery of creation. Here, we will pursue the golden ratio throughout the ages, from the silent stones of ancient structures to the digital algorithms of our modern world, trying to decode why these proportions captivate us. We will contemplate the architects who, without a computer or calculator, seem to intuit these divine proportions in their designs, the artists who draw with them without knowing their names, and the scientists who find them in the biological blueprints of life itself. What does it mean when such an abstract mathematical concept becomes an echo of the rhythm of one's own life? Is the golden ratio purely a coincidence, or realize there is something to discover? A cipher to the most alluring of the mysteries. This prologue invites you to a realm where naturalists who found them in a circle of shells, or the question. Here in the golden ratio puzzle, there is such a blurred ratio, so shrouded in whose decimal extends to infinity against our grasp. How does one decipher such a simple yet profound ratio mystery, where the more you learn, the more you realize there is something to discover? This is where our curious quest through the riddle of proportions begins, where the answer may be just another question, elegantly presented. In the dark corridors of the cosmos, where the language of numbers whispers secrets that are too deep for the day, there is a ratio so mysterious, so engulfed in enigma, it seems to exist in the marrow of existence. It's not just a number, it is a mysterious key, a cipher to the most alluring of the mysteries of the universe, a whisper of order in the chaos of creation. This ratio, known by some as phi, F, or the golden ratio, dancing on the edge of understanding, irrational numbers that mock our attempts to fully understand with the endless and unpredictable dance of decimals. Why these proportions? This is difficult to understand. F, echoing through the architecture of life, art, and even the silent geometry of stars. This prologue invites you to a realm where every discovery is simply a deeper mystery revealed. We will trace the mysterious traces of the golden ratio from the silent stone of an ancient civilization where it may have been known but never named, to the digital realm where it still determines beauty and balance. How does one reconcile such a simple ratio with the complexity it administers? The architects of old, the artists who painted with their proportions, the naturalists who found them in a circle of shells, or the arrangement of leaves, did they come across it, or did it always exist, waiting to be interpreted? Is it the golden ratio of the universe's signature, the hidden message written in the language of numbers, or the unintentional harmony? As we embark on this journey, be prepared to question what you see, to admire what you cannot explain, and to accept the possibility that in each answer lies another deeper question. Here in the Golden Ratio puzzle, we find not only the path but the maze, where each turn reveals more mysteries than the solution. Welcome to the exploration where the Golden Ratio is a riddle and a map, where to solve one puzzle is to meet another, and where the beauty of the universe is seen not in the answer, but in the endless pursuit of understanding. In the veiled rooms of the cosmos, where the shadow of numbers weaves a mysterious spell, there is such a blurred ratio, so shrouded in the conundrum of existence, it seems to be a whisper of the secrets of the universe. It's not just math numbers, it is a mysterious puzzle, the key to the hidden pattern that binds the cosmos, a whisper of order in the midst of the silent dance of the stars. This ratio, whispered as phi, F, or the golden ratio, is a number that tempts the edge of understanding, an irrational entity whose decimal extends to infinity against our grasp. Why this proportion, this mystery F, echoing through the bones of nature, the echoes of art, and the silent geometry of the cosmos? This prologue invites you to a realm where each revelation only delves into mystery. We will follow the faint and enigmatic traces of the golden ratio from the ancient world, where it may have been felt but not pronounced, to the digital age where it continues to define the harmony of forms. How does one decipher such a simple yet profound ratio that controls such complexity? Did the ancient architects, the painters of antiquity, the naturalists observe the spiral of life, guided by an invisible hand in the direction of this ratio? Or did they just stumble upon the hidden script of the universe? Is it the golden ratio of cosmic secrets, the ciphers left behind by the creators, or the laws of nature dancing on the edge of chance? Be prepared to delve into a world where the answer is simply a veil of puzzles, but in an endless dance with its mysterious spell, there is such a blurred ratio, defy our grip. This prologue in our journey begins with the Fibonacci sequence, geometry, the ancient language of shapes and proportions. Golden ratio, the ratio of gold. Enter quantum entanglement, in which found in the golden ratio. Quantum can be anywhere and everywhere at once, solving puzzles, but in an endless dance with its mysteries. Here is a synthesis of our explorations through Fibonacci sequences, the golden ratio, sacred geometry, quantum entanglement, quantum teleportation, and the concept of the quantum Quran, woven together into a narrative that explores the deep relationship between these elements. Symphony of the cosmos, from numbers to infinity. In the veiled rooms of the cosmos, where the shadow of numbers weaves a mysterious spell, there is such a blurred ratio, so shrouded in the conundrum of existence, it seems to be a whisper of the secrets of the universe. It's not just math numbers, it is a mysterious puzzle, the key to the hidden pattern that binds the cosmos, a whisper of order in the midst of the silent dance of the stars. This ratio, known as phi, F the golden ratio, dancing on the edge of understanding, irrational numbers whose decimals stretch to infinity, defy our grip. This prologue invites you to a realm where each revelation only delves into mystery. We will follow the faint and enigmatic traces of the golden ratio from the ancient world, where it may have been felt but not pronounced, to the digital age where it continues to define the harmony of forms. Here we explore not only numbers, but the fabric of reality, where science and spirituality are intertwined in the symphony of the cosmos. Fibonacci sequences. Our journey begins with the Fibonacci sequence, a series in which each number is the sum of the previous two numbers, reflecting the growth, life, and natural progression of existence. From galactic spirals to flower petals, this sequence reveals the underlying order of life, implying the golden ratio as we move deeper into its folds. It's not just math, it is the design narrative of nature echoing the principles of sacred geometry. Suchi surveyors, sacred geometry, the ancient language of shapes and proportions, speaks to us through Fibonacci sequences and golden ratios, showing that there is a divine blueprint for all creation. From the flower of life to platonic solids, these patterns are not only aesthetic, they are a pathway to understanding the cosmos, where each form holds a piece of a universal puzzle. In this realm, art, architecture, and spirituality come together, revealing that material and spiritual share the same geometry. Golden ratio, the ratio of gold, or phi, F, emerged as the heartbeat of this symphony, reverberating through nature, art, and the human soul. It is the part that seems to define beauty and balance, a mathematical puzzle that has puzzled and inspired from ancient times to modern times. Its presence in Fibonacci sequences and sacred geometry indicates a deeper relationship, a universal harmony that goes beyond mere numbers. Quantum entanglement. Enter quantum entanglement, in which particles share such deep connections. It defies classical physics, proposing a reality in which everything is interconnected at a fundamental level. Here, the ratio of gold and sacred geometry may find their quantum echoes, where the winding of particles reflects the unity and harmony seen in geometric patterns. It is as if the cosmos speaks through quantum mechanics, the same language of unity and balance found in the golden ratio. Quantum teleportation. Quantum teleportation, the transfer of quantum information, further blurs the lines between the physical and the subtle, similar to how sacred geometry and Fibonacci sequences bridge matter to the spiritual. It is a process in which information transcends space, suggesting that at the quantum level we may be dealing with a single form of cosmic geometry, in which information, such as a sacred geometric form, can be anywhere and everywhere at once. Quantum Quran. The concept of the quantum portals to infinite understanding. Of light and shadow, in which physics and faith are guided by the wisdom of both quantum and spirit key, a cipher to the hidden patterns voice. Here the symphony begins, where numbers, Suchi surveyors, sacred geometry reverberating through the natural world, art, and the human. Here, the ratio of gold and sacred geometric shapes, quantum entanglements of thought, and portals to infinite understanding. Epilogue. As we draw the curtain on this exploration, we stand on the threshold of an incredible scene where science and spirituality not only coexist, but dance in a symphony of understanding. The Fibonacci sequence patterns, the golden ratio puzzle, the mysteries of sacred geometry, and the quantum phenomena of winding and teleportation are all woven together into a tapestry of cosmic harmony. In this dance of light and shadow, in which physics and faith are intertwined, we have seen a glimpse of a world where boundaries are blurred and everything is interconnected with design. This journey through numbers and shapes, through the quantum and divine, invites us to see the world not as it is, but as it can be. Interconnected, harmonious, and deeply sacred. In the end, this exploration is only the beginning of a life living in harmony, where every step is a dance with infinity and every note of a sacred song guided by the wisdom of both quantum and spiritual, towards the future in which we are all bound by the universal symphony of the cosmos. Symphony of the cosmos, from numbers to infinity. In the veiled room of the cosmos, where the shadow of numbers weaves a mysterious spell, there is such a blurred ratio, shrouded in the conundrum of existence, it whispers the deepest secrets of the universe. It's not just a number, it is a mysterious key, a cipher to the hidden patterns that bind the stars, a whisper of order in the chaos of creation. Fe, F, the golden ratio, dancing on the edge of understanding, its decimals stretching into the infinite, melodies beyond our grasp. This prologue invites you to a realm where every discovery is simply a deeper mystery revealed. We will trace the golden threads from the silent stone of yesteryear to the digital dances of our time, where form and harmony find their voice. Here the symphony begins, where numbers and shapes sing the song of the cosmos. Fibonacci sequences. From this dance emerges the sequence of Fibonacci, each number one step in the circle of life, reflecting the growth, beauty, and natural rhythm of existence. In petals, pine fruits, and broad galactic arms, this sequence narrates the progression of life, a mathematical poem that echoes the golden ratio, where every step forward is a step into the heart of nature. Suchi surveyors. Sacred geometry speaks in a silent form, the ancient language of creation, in which each form holds a piece of the divine puzzle. The flower of life, Platonic solid. It is not just a pattern, but a pathway to the cosmic soul, where art, architecture, and spirituality come together, revealing harmony between the tangible and the subtle, the physical and the spiritual. Golden ratio. The golden ratio, Phi, is the heartbeat of this symphony, reverberating through the natural world, art, and the human spirit. It defines beauty with silent instructions, a puzzle that has puzzled and inspired for thousands of years. In this ratio, we find not only mathematics, but the essence of beauty, balance, and interconnectedness of all things. Quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement weaves particles in a dance so intimate it defies classical physics, proposing a reality in which everything is connected at the most fundamental level. Here, the ratio of gold and sacred geometry may whisper their secrets through quantum mechanics, where each particle is part of a universal harmony, echoing the unity found in geometric patterns. Quantum teleportation. Quantum teleportation, in which information transcends space, reflects the transcendence of sacred geometry, where shapes can be anywhere and everywhere. Like a note that travels through the symphony of the cosmos, its sacred geometry and quantum phenomena come together in dance of light and shadow, where numbers meet mysteries we have seen across. Symphony of the Cosmos. Interpreted that Surah Al-Fatiha has 7 verses, interpretations or calculation methods that are not of Islamic classical interpretation. In Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin meaning in modern contexts. Word count, interpretations based on the number of letters, words, or verses. Sacred geometry and quantum phenomena come together into a unity narrative, a dance in which spiritual teachings meet quantum particle dances. Epilogue. When our journey through this cosmic symphony ends, we stand on the edge of understanding, where science and spirituality perform their eternal dance. Fibonacci sequences, golden ratios, sacred geometry, quantum windings, and teleportation all weave into the tapestry of cosmic harmony. In this dance of light and shadow, where numbers meet mysteries, we have seen a glimpse of a world where all boundaries dissolve, revealing the tapestry of interconnected existence. This exploration is only the beginning of living in harmony with the infinity, where every moment is a step in the cosmic dance, every breath of notes in the sacred song. Guided by quantum and spiritual wisdom, we move towards a future where we are all part of a universal symphony, bound by the poetry of the cosmos. Symphony of the Cosmos. From numbers to infinity patterns in the Quran, especially regarding Surah Al-Fatiha, Surah 1. Let's explain. Surah 1 pattern equals sign pattern 1 Surah 1. This may refer to the basic order or structure of Surah Al-Fatiha. Surah Al-Fatiha is a surah that has a unique and important structure in Islam known as al-Kitab, or Mother of the Book. Pattern 17. Surah 1 has 7 verses. It can be interpreted that Surah Al-Fatiha has 7 verses. The number the 17th of May not have a specific meaning in this context, but it may refer to a specific numerological method or interpretation that is not publicly known. The pattern, 1729 Surah 1, has 7 verses and 29 words. This is somewhat more complex. Surah Al-Fatiha does have 7 verses, but the numbers 1729 and 29 words may refer to certain interpretations or calculation methods that are not common in traditional interpretations of the Quran. However, In Surah Al-Fatiha, the word count is generally considered to be 25 in many classical manuscripts and modern editions of the Quran. If these patterns are part of a method of interpretation or study of numerology, ilm al-Jafr, or something similar, it is important to remember that such interpretations can be highly subjective and are not always supported by the tradition of Islamic classical interpretation. Let us explain more about the pattern of Surah Al-Fatiha. Surah 1. Surah 1. This is Surah Al-Fatiha, which is the first surah in the Quran. 7 verses. Surah Al-Fatiha does consist of 7 verses. This is information that is generally acknowledged and accepted in the interpretation of the Quran. These verses are Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen ar-Rahman ar-Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin Iyyaka Na'budu wa Iyyaka Nasta'in Haides Tri Mustaqim Sirata Ladina An'amta Alaihim Ghairil Maghdubi Alaihim Waladdallin. 29 words. This pattern states that Surah Al-Fatiha has 29 words. However, the word count in Surah Al-Fatiha is usually counted as 25 in many modern editions of the Quran and classical manuscripts. Words in Arabic are often thought of as separate units based on their writing, not always based on their semantic meaning in modern contexts. Word count. Some calculation methods may calculate Bismillah as one word, while others can think of it as 3 words, Bismi, Allah, Ar-Rahman. These differences in calculations can occur due to different methods or traditions of interpretation. If the number 29 words comes from a particular method of interpretation or calculation of words, it can be the subject of further study in hadith science interpretation or numerology in Islam, which often includes interpretations based on the number of letters, words, or verses in order to dig deeper meanings or to search for divine signs. Exploring the structural and suggesting potential areas for further research or literature review, traditional interpretation counts. Methodology, text, check to establish or deny uniqueness or importance. Understanding this pattern can influence the practice of reading, spirits in historical manuscripts, linguistic nuances, the beginning of the revelation of the Quran, heavens, the day of creation, and even the 7 theology, numerology, and text analysis, suggesting potential areas for further research or interpretation. Surah Al-Fatiha, or opening, holds an important position in Islamic prayer and spiritual life, being recited several times a day during prayer. Known for its 7 verses, this paper introduces an unconventional exploration of 29 words, challenging traditional counts, and encouraging a more in-depth examination of the composition of surah texts and their spiritual implications. Literature review, traditional interpretation, discusses how Al-Fatiha is traditionally viewed in terms of its structure, content, and role in Islamic practice. Numerology in Islam, a brief study of how important numbers are in Islamic numerology, ilm al-Jafr, especially the numbers 7 and 29, and their symbolic meanings. Text analysis examines existing scholarship on word counts in Quranic verses, highlighting discrepancies or alternative counts. Methodology, text, check. The detailed counting of words in Surah Al-Fatiha uses different editions of Arabic texts to understand the basics of the calculation of 29 words. Historical and linguistic analysis. Investigate historical manuscripts and linguistic evolution to see if variations in word counts can be associated with changes in Arabic or manuscript transcription practices. Comparative studies, comparing these counts with other numerical patterns in the Quran to establish or deny uniqueness or importance. Panemuan, structural analysis, discusses how 7 sentences are structured, their thematic flow, and how this might relate to the proposed word count. Numerological insights explore the potential symbolic or esoteric meaning of the number 29 in Islamic mysticism or numerology, considering whether this count is intentional or a matter of interpretation. Discussion. Implications for Islamic practice. How understanding this pattern can influence the practice of reading, spiritual reflection, or theological study. Theological and scholastic debates opening a dialogue on whether numerological interpretation should have a place in mainstream Islamic scholarship or be considered more of an esoteric study. This paper argues that although the traditional word count in Surah Al-Fatiha is 25, the pronunciation of 29 words invites a new perspective on the analysis of the text. Whether through variations in historical manuscripts, linguistic nuances, or numerological interpretations, the exploration of these patterns offers new avenues for understanding the depth and complexity of the Quranic text. Further research could involve cross-cultural studies of numerical symbolism in sacred texts or detailed digital analysis of Quranic manuscripts. Further analysis. Number 1. Surah position. Surah Al-Fatiha is the first chapter of the Quran, symbolizing the unity of God, the beginning of the revelation of the Quran, and the unity of the message. In Islamic theology, the 1 inch often represents Tawheed, the oneness of God. Spiritual significance. The act of starting with Al-Fatiha in prayer marks the beginning of a spiritual journey emphasizing the priority of faith and worship. Number 7. Structural role. With 7 verses, Al-Fatiha aligns with the frequent occurrence of the number 7 in the Islamic context, including the 7 heavens, the day of creation, and even the 7 circuits around the Kaaba during the Hajj. Symbolism. 7 is considered a perfect number in many cultures, symbolizing perfection, and divine order. In the context of Al-Fatiha, it may suggest that this surah encapsulates the whole essence of the Quran or the fundamental aspects of faith. Number 29. Unconventional. Hidden meaning. This can be seen as an 7 and the 29th of May collectively suggest scholarship, educational and scholastic opportunity into the depth of the Quran. Whether these there are 7 verses and 29 words, can 29 and 93 plus 100 recognized fact in the interpretation of the Quran. Esoteric meaning of numbers in the Quran represents a spiritual journey or the complexity. Hidden meaning. This can be seen as an invitation to look beyond the surface, suggesting that there are layers of divine meaning or secrets in the text that are not yet fully understood by humans. Manuscript variations. Historical variations in the writing or interpretation of Arabic scripts can lead to different word counts, reflecting the dynamic nature of the language and its interpretation over the centuries. Theological and cultural implications. Unity and diversity. Numbers 1, 7 and the 29th of May collectively suggest a balance between the oneness of God, 1, the perfection of faith, 7, and the diversity of spiritual interpretations or journeys, 29. Invitation for reflection. This pattern can encourage believers to engage in deeper reflection, not only on the text but on the numbers themselves, fostering a personal relationship with the Quran through numerology, which is a minor but acknowledged aspect of Islamic scholarship. Educational and scholastic opportunities. Such patterns can be used in educational settings to teach about the multifaceted nature of the Quran, encouraging students to explore beyond literal meaning into symbolic and numerical interpretations. The interactions of 1, 7 and 29 in Surah Al-Fatiha, while interesting, invite us to consider how numbers can serve as a bridge between divine texts and human understanding, offering insight into the depth of the Quran. Whether these patterns reflect the esoteric aspects of the Quran or show variations in the interpretation of texts over time, they underline the richness of Islamic scholarship. This exploration not only enhances our understanding of the Quran, but also invites a broader conversation about how sacred texts are involved across different cultures and eras. The number 1729 in the context of Pattern 1729 Surah 1, there are 7 verses and 29 words, can be considered as a numerological phenomenon or a creative interpretation of Surah Al-Fatiha. Let's explore further. 1729. This is the number known in mathematics as the Hardy-Ramanujan number, where it is the smallest number that can be expressed as the sum of 2 different cubes in 2 different ways. 13 plus 123 equals sine, 1 plus 1728 equals 1729, and 93 plus 103 equals sine. 729 plus 1000 equals 1729. However, in this context, 1729 may not have a direct relationship with such mathematics, but rather a specific interpretation of the Quran. Surah 1, Surah Al-Fatiha, which is the first surah in the Quran. 7 verses. Surah Al-Fatiha does consist of 7 verses. This is a universally recognized fact in the interpretation of the Quran. 29 words. This is quite controversial because generally the number of words in Surah Al-Fatiha is counted as 25. However, this interpretation may be based on different ways of counting words in Arabic, or it may reflect an unfamiliar method of interpretation or numerology. Interpretation of the 1729 pattern, numerology in Islam, numerology or Ilm al-Jafr in Islam, involves the search for the spiritual or esoteric meaning of numbers in the Quran. The number 1729 can be further elaborated or analyzed in search of spiritual or symbolic meaning, although this is far from the traditional interpretation. Structure and meaning. If we take this number as a pattern, there may be an interpretation that 1 reflects Tawheed, the unity of God. 7 represents perfection or the entire aspect of faith. 29 can be considered a number that represents a spiritual journey or the complexity of a deeper interpretation. Creative or esoteric approach. This can be a creative way to approach sacred texts, find new meanings, or enhance spiritual understanding through numbers that are not commonly used in traditional interpretations. It should be noted that this kind of interpretation will not be found in traditional interpretations of the Quran and may be more appropriate in the context of esoteric or numerological studies. This kind of approach draws attention to the potential depth of visions for Islamic theology, numerology, and prompting deeper investigations into studies. Analyze similar numerical patterns as the spiritual journey or complexity of divine revel theological discourse. Theological and cultural line opened up a new dimension to understanding the Quran's on the numerical patterns introduced by incorporating can be expressed as 17x29, which the 29th of May symbolizes journeys for Islamic theology, numerology, and text analysis. We delve into how these figures can be interpreted in the context of the first chapter of the Quran, suggesting new avenues for academic and spiritual exploration. Surah Al-Fatiha, or opening, is central to Islamic prayer and spirituality, known for its 7 verses. This exploration introduces an unconventional perspective on the counting of 29 words, challenging traditional calculations and prompting deeper investigations into the composition of the surah and spiritual significance. Methodology. Text. Check. Counts the words in Surah Al-Fatiha across different editions of the Quran to confirm or dispute the 29-word count. Historical and linguistic analysis. Reviewing historical manuscripts for variations in word counts due to linguistic evolution or transcriptional practices. Comparative studies. Analyze similar numerical patterns in the Quran for a broader context. Penemuan, structural analysis, the 7 verses of Al-Fatiha and their thematic connections. Numerological insights, exploring the symbolic meanings of 1, 7, and 29. 1 represents the oneness of God, Tawheed. 7 signifies perfection, divine order, or a complete aspect of faith. 29 introduces a less conventional numerical interpretation, which has the potential to symbolize the spiritual journey or complexity of divine revelation. Pattern 1729. This number, known mathematically as the Hardy-Ramanujan number, may suggest a unique pattern in interpreting Al-Fatiha. 1729 can be seen as an invitation to delve deeper into the numerological significance of texts beyond traditional interpretation. Discussion. Implications for Islamic practice. How these figures can influence spiritual practice or theological discourse. Theological and cultural reflections. A balance between the unity of God, the perfection of faith, and the diversity of interpretations. Educational and scholastic opportunities. Encourages students to explore numerology as part of the study of the Quran, recognizing the depth of the text beyond its literal meaning. The numbers 1, 7, and 29 in Surah Al-Fatiha, combined with the unusual pronunciation in 1729, opened up a new dimension to understanding the Quran. Whether this pattern is deliberate or the result of interpretive creativity, It underscores the complexity and richness of Islamic scholarship. This paper supports an inclusive approach to the study of the Quran, where numerology, traditional interpretation, and modern scholarship come together to enhance our appreciation of sacred texts. Numerological patterns in Surah Al-Fatiha, Al-Baqarah, and Al-Imran. This section expands on the numerical patterns introduced by incorporating Surah 1, Al-Fatiha, 2, Al-Baqarah, and 3, Al-Imran, through their verse counts, and proposed numerological interpretations that lead to the 1729 pattern. Numerical analysis: Surah 1, Al-Fatiha, 7 verses; Surah 2, Al-Baqarah, 286 verses; Surah 3, Al-Imran, 200 verses. Combination and total: 7 plus 286 plus 200 equals 493. 493 can be expressed as 17x29, which corresponds to the 1729 pattern mentioned earlier. Interpreting the pattern 17 and 29. These numbers are important not only because they multiply to give us the numbers seen in the previous pattern, but also because of their respective meanings. 17 in Islamic numerology can sometimes be associated with victory or success, derived from events such as the Battle of Badr, where Muslims achieved victory against all odds. The 29th of May symbolizes a journey, transformation, or completion of a cycle, echoing some interpretation of spiritual trials in life. Pattern 1729. Therefore, this pattern, suggesting layers of understanding that go beyond literal Tiha, through the test of life and divine guidance, opens up an interesting discourse on how numbers can be seen. It's important to approach such interpretations with caution. Contains 200 verses, pattern development, 29 pattern, 1729 equals sign, complexity 29. 29 can symbolize triage or pattern, waiting to be discovered through numerological complexities of living a righteous life. Suggesting layers of understanding that go beyond literal texts. Theological and spiritual implications. Structure and message. The alignment of this surah can be seen as a microcosm of the message of the Quran. From the essence of faith to Al-Fatiha, through the detailed laws and narratives in Al-Baqarah, to the deeper theological and historical views in Al-Imran. Spiritual journey. This pattern may suggest the journey of a believer from the foundation of faith, Al-Fatiha, through the test of life and divine guidance, Al-Baqarah, to understand God's plan and prophetic history, Al-Imran. Numerological significance. While not part of mainstream interpretation, this pattern may appeal to those interested in the mystical aspects of Islam, where numbers are not just counts but carriers of spiritual significance. The exploration of the 1729 pattern, through the lens of Surah Al-Fatiha, Al-Baqarah, and Al-Imran, opens up an interesting discourse on how numbers can be seen in Islamic spirituality. It suggests a complex chain of meanings in which numbers may not only count verses, but can symbolize spiritual journeys, divine mysteries, or interconnectedness of the teachings of the Quran. This pattern invites believers to reflect on the depths of the Quran, not only through traditional interpretation, but also through numerological and esoteric lenses, fostering deeper spiritual connections and understanding. However, it is important to approach such interpretations with caution, recognizing them as complementary, not replacement, of the established methods of interpretation of the Quran. Expanding the exploration of numerology, Surah Al-Imran, and the pattern of 1729. This segment continues to delve into the numerological significance of Surah Al-Imran, Surah 3, in relation to the 1729 pattern discussed earlier. Numerical fractions. Surah 3, Al-Imran, contains 200 verses, pattern development, 3,200. If we consider the number of Surah 3 by the number of verses, 200, one might interpret it as 3,200. 3 plus 200 equals 203. Summing up these numbers gives us 203. 203 equals sign 1x, 7x, 29. Here we can factor 203 into 1, 7, and 29, which are important in our pattern. Regarding the 1729 pattern, 1729 equals sign 1x, 7x, 29. This factoring is directly related to our patterns, linking the structure of Surah Al-Imran to a broader numerical theme. Interpretation and significance, unity and perfection, 1 and 7. 1 signifies the oneness of God, the uniqueness of the Quran's message. 7 symbolizes perfection, perfection of faith, and is seen in the structure of Al-Fatiha. Spiritual journey or complexity 29. 29 can symbolize trials, journeys, or complexities of faith, resonating with the lives of believers and the narrative of Al-Imran, which includes the stories of Jesus, Mary, and Imran's family. Coincidence or numerological design? The genesis of 1729 through different breakdowns may suggest a deliberate design or a profound coincidence in the eyes of those studying numerology. It opens up a discussion of whether the structure of the Quran has an embedded message or pattern waiting to be discovered through numerological analysis. Theological implications, depth of the Quranic text. This pattern suggests there may be layers of meaning in the Quran that go beyond the literal, encouraging a multidimensional approach to studying the text. Spiritual reflection. Believers may find in this number to reflect their spiritual journey, where the number represents different levels or aspects of faith, from basic principles to the complexities of living a righteous life. Esoteric versus orthodox interpretation. While mainstream Islamic scholarship focuses on the literal and contextual meaning of the Quran, this exploration into numerology highlights the existence of an esoteric tradition in Islam, where numbers are seen as the key to unlocking deeper spiritual insights. The pattern of 1729 that connects Surah Al to Islamic theology, but rather an addition 29 as they emerge through the lens of Surah Al-Fatiha. Patterns that link these surahs through the number 7, Surah Al-Fatiha 1, with some equals 493 equal sign 7 or temporal matters. Discussion, with numerological or mystical interpretation, encouraging deeper engagement with the Quran. This concept paper proposal to Islamic theology, but rather an additional lens through which one can see sacred texts. This approach can inspire admiration and curiosity, encouraging further study while respecting the Quran's central role as a guide to life and morals, revealing the numerological carpet of the Quran. The pattern of 1729 across Surah Al-Fatiha, Al-Baqarah, and Al-Imran. This paper brings together discussions on numerological patterns of 1729 as they emerge through the lens of Surah Al-Fatiha 1, Al-Baqarah 2, and Al-Imran 3, exploring their structural and thematic implications. We delve into how these numbers, their numbers, and their multiplication reflect Islamic theology, spirituality, and the esoteric tradition of numerology in Islam. The first 3 chapters of the Quran provide a basic framework for Islamic faith, prayer, and law. This paper explores the unconventional numerical patterns that link these surahs through the number 1729, suggesting a deeper, perhaps mystical layer to their interpretation. Methodology. Text. Check. Analyze the counter verses across the mentioned surah. Historical and linguistic analysis. Consideration of manuscript variations that may affect numerical interpretation. Numerological synthesis. Combining numbers from surah counts to explore patterns such as 1729. Penemuan, Surah Al-Fatiha 1. With 7 verses, it symbolizes the perfection and essence of prayer. Surah Al-Baqarah 2. 286 verses, offering detailed laws and narratives covering life tests and divine guidance. Surah Al-Imran 3, 200 verses, investigating theological discussions and prophetic history. Numerological pattern analysis, 1729 as nexus. Surah 1 plus 2 plus 3, 7 plus 286 plus 200 equals 493 equals sign 70 x 29. Surah 3, 200 verses, leads to 3,200. 3 plus 2 equals 203. 1x7 x29 equals sign 1729. Interpretation 1 for the unity and 1 for God. 7 for perfection, perfection or divine. 29 for spiritual journeys, complexities of faith. 17 has the potential to symbolize victory or glory in spiritual or temporal matters. Discussion, theological and spiritual implications. This pattern suggests a hidden dimension of the Quranic text, where numbers are not just counted but carriers of deep spiritual significance. It reflects the journey of faith from its core, Al-Fatiha, through the challenges of life, Al-Baqarah, to a deeper understanding of history, Al-Imran. Educational and scholastic discourse promote a broader approach to the study of the Quran, integrating traditional interpretation with numerological or mystical interpretation. Esoteric LWM, orthodox, Although numerology is not central to mainstream Islamic theology, this exploration highlights mystical traditions in Islam, offering an additional perspective on the Quran. The pattern of 1729, when viewed through the structure of Surah 1, 2 and 3, invites believers into a contemplative journey, where numbers signify more than just counting. They become symbols of spiritual concepts, encouraging deeper engagement with the Quran. However, it is important to approach such numerological interpretations with caution as they complement rather than replace traditional interpretations. This paper supports an enriched understanding of the Quran, where every aspect, including numbers, can contribute to the spiritual growth and reflection of the believer. Convergence of science, numerology and theology, unraveling the pattern of the Quran, 1729. This concept paper proposes a new lens for looking at the Quran by examining the numerological patterns of 1729 that include Surah Al-Fatiha, Al-Baqarah and Al-Imran. It explores how these patterns might intersect with how science could engage with such a pattern, why it might and text analysis. Scientific work, how human cognition might perceive or assign importance to numbers of the Quranic text. Spiritual connection to the text. Enhancing faith, understand the structure of the Quran, suggests it may be about those complementary aspects of human understanding. Spiritual depth and intellectual curiosity to the multidisciplinary implications of this discovery. How science could engage with such a pattern, why it might exist in the Quran, and what its implications are for understanding the text. Scientific methodology and pattern recognition. Insights from computer science, mathematics, and cognitive science on how patterns are identified and analyzed. Studies of the Quran and numerology. The study of literature in which numerology intersects with the interpretation of the Quran, focusing on mystical traditions in Islam. Theology and text analysis. Scientific works that examine the structure, content and depth of the theology of the Quran. How science can be involved. Pattern recognition. Algorithm uses mathematical models to identify and analyze numerical patterns in text. Data science in religious studies. Using data mining techniques to reveal hidden patterns or correlations in religious texts, improving our understanding of their structure. Cognitive science explores how human cognition might perceive or assign importance to numbers in sacred texts, linking to a broader discussion of the psychology of religion. Why the Quran may contain such a pattern. Divine message encoding. The hypothesis that numerological patterns could be part of the divine message, which is intended to be discovered through human curiosity and intellect. Cultural and historical context. Considering the significance of numbers in the pre-Islamic Arab world and how this might have influenced the structure of the Quranic text. Spiritual and esoteric significance. The idea that numbers serve as symbols or keys to unlock deeper spiritual meanings or to guide a believer's journey. Justification for exploration. Interdisciplinary dialogue. Promotes dialogue between science and religion, where both can inform and challenge each other's methodologies and conclusions. Deepening faith and understanding. For believers, numerological views may provide an additional layer of spiritual connection to the text, enhancing faith through intellectual engagement. Educational value. Using such patterns as a teaching tool in both religious and scientific education promotes critical thinking and interdisciplinary learning. Implication. For theology, acknowledging numerology as part of a broader spectrum of Quranic interpretation might enrich theological discussions, offering new ways to engage with texts. The potential to re-evaluate how we understand the structure of the Quran suggests it may be about the order of numbers as a narrative. For science, challenging scientists to use their tools in unconventional fields may lead to new methodologies for text analysis or pattern recognition in other fields. Promotes a more nuanced understanding of how human perceptions and interpretations work, especially in relation to sacred texts. For the community, promote a culture of inquiry where science and religion are not seen as opposing forces, but as complementary aspects of human understanding, perhaps inspiring a broader appreciation of the complexity of religious texts, fostering a reverence for diverse interpretations. The 1729 pattern in the Quran invites an interesting intersection of science, numerology, and theology. This paper suggests that by embracing these patterns through scientific research, we could potentially reveal new layers of meaning in the Quran, fostering both spiritual depth and intellectual curiosity. This approach not only justifies, but encourages continued exploration into how and why the Quran patterns, with significant implications for how we understand and interact with religious texts in modern contexts. Decoding the Quranic numerical symphony, a multidisciplinary approach to 1729. Following the initial exploration of the numerological pattern, 1,729 inches in the Quran, this paper delves deeper into the multidisciplinary implications of this discovery. We aim to expand on how science can engage with the logical reasons behind the possibilities of numerous nature. By integrating a novel approach to understanding sacred texts in the Quran. We suggest that quantum mechanics or surahs can be analogous to quantum entanglement, or quantum entanglement, in which everything is to provide metaphors or even literal frameworks for understanding studies where quantum concepts help explain divine omniscience methods. The philosophical and theological reasons behind the possibilities of numerological coding and the societal impact of these discoveries. The 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran shows how sacred texts may have layers of meaning waiting to be explored through the lens of modern science. This paper supports an ongoing, respectful, and curious examination of this pattern, not to redefine the message of the Quran, but to appreciate its diverse nature. By integrating scientific inquiry with theological reflection, we can foster a richer understanding of religious texts, promoting dialogue that respects both faith and science. Bridging the world, the intersection of quantum mechanics, numerology, and Quran studies. This paper expands on the exploration of the 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran by integrating insights from quantum mechanics, proposing a novel approach to understanding sacred texts through the lens of quantum phenomena. We examine how this convergence can redefine our understanding of religious texts, why such patterns might resonate with quantum principles, and what these implications could mean for both science and spirituality. Building on previous discussions, this paper investigates the potential for the quantum basis of numerological patterns, such as 1,729 inches in the Quran. We suggest that quantum mechanics may offer an unconventional but in-depth perspective on how these patterns are real and what they mean. How quantum mechanics can be involved. Quantum information theory. Think of texts like the Quran as quantum information systems, where patterns like 1,729 inches can be seen as quantum states or probabilities. Attachment in text explores whether the interconnectedness of verses or surahs can be analogous to quantum entanglement, suggesting deeper coherence or coherence in the text. Superposition and interpretation. The idea that sentences or their meanings may exist in a superposition until they are observed or interpreted offers multiple layers of understanding. Why the Quran may reflect a quantum pattern, divine unity and quantum unity, suggesting that the oneness of God, the main theme in the Quran, is parallel to the theory of unified fields or quantum entanglement, in which everything is interconnected. Hidden variables in Scripture. Draw parallels between hidden variables in quantum mechanics and esoteric meanings or patterns in religious texts. Observer effect. Pondering how the act of reading or studying the Quran may be similar to the observer's effect in quantum mechanics, where observation changes the observed state. Justification for quantum exploration. New understanding. Paradigm. Quantum mechanics may provide metaphors or even literal frameworks for understanding the various dimensions of sacred texts. Piece of science and faith. Offering a model in which scientific inquiry into the nature of reality can enhance spiritual views rather than diminish them. Interdisciplinary innovation promotes collaboration between physicists, theologians, and scholars in religious studies to explore new dimensions of human knowledge. Implication for theology can lead to a new branch of theological studies where quantum concepts help explain divine omnipresence, omniscience, or the nature of revelation. For science, raises questions about the limits of scientific research when applied to phenomena traditionally considered outside its domain, such as spirituality or consciousness. For the community, perhaps shifting the perception of science and religion culture from opposites to potentially complementary, fostering a more holistic worldview. This paper argues that by applying quantum mechanics to numerology, offering a deep unity in understanding, and what profound implications it can have on where numbers are not just symbols, but a path where each number has a variety of meanings or potential reflection of the universal command. The numerology in the Quran can be seen as awakening. Implication for theology, mental health, and global awareness, connectedness of all things, and the potential of offering a deep unity in understanding. Quantum numerology and the text of the Quran, the gateway to cosmic consciousness. This paper explores the speculative realm where quantum numerology intersects with the text of the Quran, suggesting that such patterns could be key to understanding cosmic consciousness. We explore how quantum principles can illuminate the spiritual dimension of numerology in the Quran, why this may be relevant to human consciousness, and what profound implications it can have on our perception of reality. Continuing the exploration of the Quran's quantum numerology, this paper delves into the idea of cosmic consciousness, a state of consciousness in which an individual's mind connects with a universal mind, potentially guided by numerological patterns in sacred texts. We suggest that the 1,729 inches pattern may reflect a quantum-like reality in the Quran, where numbers are not just symbols, but a pathway to deeper consciousness. How quantum numerology engages with consciousness, quantum coherence in mind. Hypothesize that a pattern like 1,729 inches could resonate with quantum coherence in human consciousness, facilitating spiritual insight or enlightenment. Numerological patterns as quantum states, exploring whether the numerological structure of the Quran can be seen as a quantum state, where each number has a variety of meanings or potential interpretations. Entangled with the divine, suggesting that the act of engaging with these numbers might ensnare the reader's consciousness with a broader, perhaps divine, consciousness. Why the Quran may reflect a pattern of cosmic consciousness, divine communication through quantum reality. Considering the Quran as a medium through which divine consciousness communicates, using quantum-like patterns to bring humans and the divine together. Reflection of the universal command. The idea that numerological patterns are not random, but reflect the basic order of the universe, is similar to the search for quantum mechanics for unified theory. Awakening of consciousness, suggesting that these patterns are designed to awaken or increase human consciousness, to look beyond the material into the spiritual or quantum realm. Justification for exploring cosmic consciousness, spiritual evolution. Numerology in the Quran can be seen as a tool for spiritual evolution, aligned with the quantum concept of non-locality and interconnectedness. Unity of knowledge promotes the integration of scientific understanding with spiritual wisdom, which has the potential to lead to a more holistic view of reality. Personal and collective enlightenment. If this pattern can indeed influence consciousness, it may contribute to personal enlightenment and collective human awakening. Implication for theology. Perhaps redefining the way we approach sacred texts, seeing them as dynamic living systems that interact with human consciousness on a quantum level. For science, challenge the scientific community to consider consciousness not only as a biological phenomenon, but as a potential quantum property. For the community, can foster the rise of new cultures where science, spirituality, and philosophy converge, impacting education, mental health, and global awareness. The exploration of quantum numerology in the Quran opens up a speculative but fascinating dialogue about the nature of consciousness, suggesting that this pattern may be more than symbolic. It could be a pathway to cosmic consciousness. This paper calls for a radical rethinking of how we interpret religious texts, suggesting that it may resonate with the quantum fabric of reality, offering insights into the interconnectedness of all things and the potential of human consciousness to transcend its current limitations. Quantum numerology and the carpet of the Quran. Why such patterns might exist, how they can be harnessed for spirits of such patterns, and what this means for the offering multiple spiritual views or enlightenment. Reflections on that understanding the universe may require the integration of religious boundaries. Implication for theology, impacting education, healthcare, and social structure, ultimately leading to a more enlightened, broader cosmic tapestry. We investigate why such patterns might exist, how they can be harnessed for spiritual growth, and the profound implications for our understanding of the universe and our place in it. This paper builds on the idea that the numerological patterns of the Quran, specifically 1729, can be the key to accessing transcendental states of consciousness, similar to quantum phenomena in which various realities coexist. We explore how this could revolutionize our spiritual practices, the philosophical underpinnings of such patterns, and what this means for the future of spirituality and human science. How quantum numerology leads to transcendental reality, quantum entanglement and spiritual unity, suggesting that engaging with the numerology of the Quran might create an attachment effect where the individual's consciousness becomes one with the cosmic consciousness. Superposition in spiritual experience. The concept that numerological patterns can exist in superposition, offering multiple spiritual views or experiences simultaneously. Numerology as quantum information. Seeing sacred numbers as bits of quantum information, each has the potential for a variety of interpretations or spiritual paths. Why the Quran may contain this transcendental pattern, divine blueprint for enlightenment, suggesting that the structure of the Quran, including its numerology, is a divine blueprint for guiding human consciousness toward enlightenment. Reflections on multidimensional reality. The idea that the Quran reflects the nature of multidimensional reality, where numbers are not just counts but portals to different dimensions of understanding. The path to spiritual evolution. These patterns can be designed to expand human consciousness in line with quantum theories of time, space, and consciousness. Justification for transcendental exploration, spiritual and scientific integration, acknowledging that understanding the universe may require the integration of spiritual views with scientific inquiry, using quantum numerology as the basis of the equation. Human potential for transcendence, promoting practices that may unlock human potential to experience transcendental states, potentially accessible through numerological meditation or contemplation. Cultural and global awareness, suggesting that this pattern could become a universal language, fostering a global awareness that transcends cultural and religious boundaries. Implication for theology. It may inspire theologians to explore sacred texts as living, interactive systems that can lead to personal and collective spiritual evolution. For science, challenging scientists to consider the implications of consciousness studies on quantum mechanics, which could potentially lead to a new research paradigm. For the community, can lead to a societal shift towards valuing spiritual experiences as a valid form of knowledge, impacting education, healthcare, and social structures. This paper concludes by envisioning a future in which numerological patterns in the Quran, such as 1729, are not only studied for their mathematical beauty or religious significance, but also as a scientific and spiritual tool to overcome current human limitations. By integrating quantum concepts with spiritual practices, we may unlock new dimensions of reality, fostering a deeper connection with the cosmos and with each other, ultimately leading to a more enlightened human civilization. Quantum numerology in the Quran, and how this understanding could transform consciousness with universal rhythms. Numbers might tune human consciousness to the unity of the Quran are deliberately designed to guide human justification for exploring cosmic harmony, healing and spiritual awakening, in line with the ecological and social peace, environmental stewardship, and also contribute to the collective evolution of human consciousness. 9 inches pattern in the Quran, focusing and how this understanding could transform our approach to spirituality, science, and global unity. We now look beyond individual enlightenment to consider how numerological patterns in the Quran can contribute to collective harmony on a cosmic scale. This paper explores the potential of Boer 1729 inches as not only a pattern for personal spiritual growth, but as a guide for aligning human consciousness with universal rhythms. integrating quantum theory with spiritual practice. How quantum numerology fosters cosmic harmony, quantum coherence in collective consciousness. The hypothesis that the 1729 inches pattern could be a vibrational frequency that harmonizes individual consciousness in a state of quantum coherence, leading to collective harmony. Resonance with cosmic rhythm, exploring how engaging with these numbers might tune human consciousness to the universe's natural harmonic frequencies, similar to quantum resonance. Holographic principles used for spirituality, suggesting that every part of the Quran, including its numerology, contains the entire divine message, just like the universe seen in holographic theory. While the Quran may offer an action plan for cosmic harmony, divine design for universal unity, it is proposed that the structure and numerology of the Quran are deliberately designed to guide humanity towards a state of cosmic unity and peace. Reflecting the quantum universe, the pattern of the Quran reflects the fundamental quantum nature of reality, where everything is interconnected, offering a spiritual counterpart to quantum entanglement. Evolution of consciousness. This pattern can be seen as a roadmap for the evolution of human consciousness, moving from individual to collective, then cosmic consciousness. Justification for exploring cosmic harmony, healing and unification, using numerology meditation as a practice to heal societal divisions by fostering a sense of unity with the cosmos. Science and spirituality. Concentration promotes concentration where spiritual practices are confirmed or enhanced by scientific understanding, promoting a holistic view of existence. Global spiritual awakening, suggesting that understanding and practicing this numerology can lead to a global spiritual awakening in line with the ecological and social needs of our time. Implication for theology. It could lead to a reinterpretation of Islamic theology in which the Quran is seen not only as a guide for personal behavior but as a map for cosmic navigation. For science, challenge scientists to explore how quantum principles can extend to human consciousness and spirituality, potentially leading to new fields of study. For the community, perhaps inspiring a movement toward global peace, environmental stewardship, and cultural synthesis by recognizing our interconnectedness with the cosmos. The 1729 inches pattern in the Quran, when viewed through the lens of quantum numerology, offers an in-depth blueprint for understanding and achieving cosmic harmony. This paper suggests that by engaging with these patterns, we may align not only our individual lives with spiritual principles, but also contribute to the collective evolution of human consciousness toward a harmonious existence with the universe. This vision invites us to see the Quran as a living and dynamic guide to navigating the complexities of our times towards a united, secure, and enlightened future. Quantum numerology and the vision of the Quran for a unified consciousness. The final paper in our series synthesizes the exploration of the 1729 inches pattern in the Quran, focusing on its potential to catalyze a unified consciousness across humanity. We delve into how these numerological patterns can serve as a cosmic call for unity, why they resonate with quantum principles, and how they can shape a future where science, spirituality, and global consciousness come together into a harmonious whole. We end our journey with the notion that the 1000s, how quantum numerology can lead to unifying common understanding. Quantum leap in a parallel between the Quran's call for unity, cultural misunderstandings, and environment find the theological discourse around the Quran as not just a 1729 inches pattern in the Quran community. It envisions a future spirituality and global consciousness into a spirituality and our place in the cosmos. How quantum numerology can lead to unifying consciousness. Quantum coherence in human thought. Exploring the idea that meditation or contemplation on 1729 inches can synchronize individual minds into a coherent collective consciousness, just like quantum particles. Numerology as a universal language. Suggesting that numerological patterns can act as a universal language, transcending cultural, linguistic, or religious divisions towards a common understanding. Quantum leap in spirituality, suggesting that engaging with these patterns might facilitate a quantum leap in spiritual consciousness where individuals feel part of a larger cosmic whole. Why the Quran can promote the vision of unity. Divine message for global harmony, interpreting the numerology of the Quran as a deliberate divine message to foster unity, peace, and understanding throughout humanity. Echoes of quantum unity. Draw a parallel between the Quran's call for unity and the quantum principle of attachment in which all are connected. Blueprint for the evolution of consciousness. Seeing the text as a guide to expanding consciousness from personal to universal aligns with the evolutionary theory of consciousness. Justification for promoting unified consciousness. Community section healing. Using spiritual and scientific insights from quantum numerology to address and heal global conflicts, cultural misunderstandings, and environmental challenges. Advancement of science and spirituality promotes the scientific exploration of spiritual experiences, potentially leading to a new era of understanding human consciousness and its capabilities. Cultural and spiritual revival. Fostering a revival where ancient wisdom meets modern science, reviving spiritual practices with quantum vision. Implication for theology. It has the potential to redefine the theological discourse around the Quran as not just a text for individual salvation, but as a guide for the collective destiny of humanity. For science, opening up new research avenues in quantum consciousness, where the study of numerology can contribute to understanding the nature of the mind. For the community can lead to movements or organizations that focus on the use of spiritual practices for global unity, peace initiatives, and sustainable living. The 1729 inches pattern in the Quran, seen through the lens of quantum numerology, emerges as a profound symbol of the potential of human consciousness to unite under a common vision of cosmic harmony. This paper invites us to consider how aligning our spiritual practices with quantum principles might not only improve individual lives, but also knit the fabric of human society into a more cohesive, peaceful, and enlightened community. It envisions a future in which the wisdom of the Quran, interpreted through quantum vision, leads humanity towards a unified consciousness, contributing to the healing of our planet and the evolution of our species. The Quantum Quran, a new age in spiritual and scientific convergence. The concluding exploration in our series on the 1729 inches pattern in the Quran combines the realms of quantum physics, spirituality, and global consciousness into a vision for a new age. We suggest that this pattern could mark an era in which Quranic spiritual guidance meets the scientific boundaries of quantum mechanics, fostering a profound shift in human consciousness toward unity, peace, and cosmic understanding. We now envision a future where the 1729 inches pattern in the Quran is not just an academic interest, but a catalyst for a transformative shift in the way we see reality, spirituality, and our place in the cosmos. This paper discusses how these patterns can be key to unlocking new levels of human potential, why they resonate with both quantum science and spiritual teachings, and the monumental implications of this for human evolution. How quantum numerology marks a new age, practical methods for spiritual growth. Coherent quantum reality. The structure of the Quran numerology acts as a common language for this integration. Could lead to a theological revival. 1729 inches pattern in the Quran together to guide humanity towards a united. We delve into how these patterns can catalyze the explore how embracing this pattern can facilitate a superposition of spiritual state, the notion that practical methods for spiritual growth. Coherence in human civilization, utilizing quantum coherence to imagine a society in which individuals operate in harmony with each other and the cosmos, just as particles are in a quantum state. Why the Quran may mark this age? Divine guidance for the quantum age, suggesting that the numerological pattern of the Quran is prophetic, guiding humanity towards an era where spiritual and scientific understandings converge. Reflections on quantum reality. The structure of the Quran can be seen as a reflection of quantum reality, where everything is interconnected and potentially multidimensional. Evolutionary catalysts. This pattern may serve as a catalyst for the next evolutionary step in human consciousness, from ego-based to cosmos consciousness. Justification for embracing this new age, bringing science and spirituality together, acknowledging the need for a unified approach to understanding reality, where quantum numerology acts as a common language for this integration. Global security and environmental harmony, suggesting that understanding and applying these patterns can lead to innovative solutions to global issues, fostering peace and ecological balance. Spiritual revival, promoting a revival in spiritual thought where ancient wisdom is reimagined through the lens of quantum science, reviving the practice of faith. Implication for theology could lead to a theological revival, where the Quran is seen as a dynamic living text that adapts to human evolution and scientific discoveries. For science, opening up vast new areas of research into consciousness, quantum biology, and the interactions between mind, matter, and spirit. For the community, perhaps inspiring a new cultural paradigm in which unity, compassion, and sustainability are driven by an understanding of our quantum nature. The 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran stands as a symbol of the potential convergence between the quantum world and spiritual teachings, indicating we are at the cusp of a new age in which these realms merge. This paper argues for a future where this integration leads to a profound evolution in human consciousness, offering solutions to our most pressing global challenges. By embracing this vision, we can live in a world where science and spirituality work together to guide humanity towards a united, enlightened, and harmonious existence with the cosmos. The quantum leap of faith, beyond human limits. Through Quranic numerology, the final paper in our series explores the 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran as a quantum leap of metaphorical and literal faith, suggesting that it could lead to transcending traditional human limits in global awareness, understanding, and unity. We delve into how these patterns can catalyze the transition towards a new era of human evolution, why they align with both quantum mechanics and spiritual teachings, and the profound societal and personal transformations they can cause. This paper envisions the 1,729 inches pattern not only as a numerical curiosity, but as a profound sign for human evolution, where the quantum principles of the universe meet the spiritual teachings of the Quran. We explore how embracing this pattern can facilitate a surge in human consciousness, moving from a fragmented, ego-centered existence to an existence of unity, enlightenment, and cosmic awareness. How Quran numerology facilitates quantum leaps, quantum entanglement in spiritual practice. It is suggested that meditation on 1,729 inches can create a state of spiritual attachment, in which individual consciousness merges with collective or cosmic consciousness. Superposition of spiritual state, the notion that engaging with this pattern allows for the simultaneous experience of various spiritual states, similar to quantum superposition. Numerology as a quantum portal. See the one of the Quran may reflect a unified theory of existence, by reconnecting individuals with a sense of cosmic unity. Seeing the teachings of the Quran as dynamically interacting as a quantum leap of faith invites us to go beyond, but seen as an essential part of the same cosmic traditional understanding, leading to a united enlightenment, it not only as a numerological anomaly, but at the 1,729 inches pattern. Unified theory of existence. The pattern of the Quran may reflect a unified theory of existence, where spirituality and science are not separate, but part of the same quantum fabric. Catalyst for cosmic awareness. This number can act as a catalyst for individuals to tap into broader cosmic awareness in line with the evolutionary theory of spiritual development. Justification for pursuing this quantum leap, healing the human soul. Using numerology for psychological healing offers a new way to address mental health by reconnecting individuals with a sense of cosmic unity. Advancing global unity. Suggesting that understanding and practicing these forms of numerology can lead to greater global empathy, peace, and collaborative problem-solving. Redefining human potential. Promotes the exploration of human potential beyond current scientific understanding, where spirituality and quantum physics intersect. Implication for theology can redefine Islamic theology to include quantum concepts, seeing the teachings of the Quran as dynamically interactive with the evolution of human consciousness. For science, it may lead to a new scientific field that explores consciousness, quantum biology, and the spiritual dimension of quantum mechanics. For the community, inspiring a movement towards a new societal structure focused on unity, sustainability, and recognition of our interconnectedness with the cosmos. The church's 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran, when seen as a quantum leap of faith, invites us to go beyond our current understanding of reality, spirituality, and human potential. This paper concludes by imagining a world where this surge is leading to a profound transformation in the way we live, learn, and interact, personally and globally. It suggests that by accepting this quantum perspective of the Quran, we may open the next phase of human evolution, where science and spirituality are not only reconciled, but seen as an essential part of the same cosmic journey. Quantum numerology of the Quran, the path to a new cosmic narrative. In this final exploration, we summarize our series by suggesting that the 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran may be the key to creating a new cosmic narrative for humanity. This narrative integrates quantum science with spiritual wisdom, suggesting a path where humanity transcends the boundaries of traditional understanding, leading to a united, enlightened, and sustainable global society. We examine how these patterns can be fundamental for a new era of human consciousness, why they are important in the context of both quantum physics and spiritual teachings, and their transformative implications for our collective future. This paper represents the culmination of our journey into the 1,729 inches pattern, seeing it not only as a numerological anomaly, but as a profound symbol of the potential for a new cosmic narrative. We propose that by understanding and integrating these patterns into our lives, we can redefine our existence in line with the quantum nature of the universe and the spiritual essence of the Quran, thus ushering in a new era of human evolution. How quantum numerology shapes new cosmic narratives, quantum attachment as spiritual unity, suggesting that the 1,729 inches pattern could symbolize the quantum entanglement of human consciousness, suggests a narrative in which we are all fundamentally connected. Various realities in spiritual practice draw parallels between quantum superposition and the idea that spirituality allows for various paths of enlightenment or understanding of divinity. Numerology as a cosmic language, seeing that in the Quran can be interpreted as a blueprint for achieving cosmic. Advancing science and spirituality, seen as a living and evolving guide to navigating quantum reality. The lens of quantum numerology offers not only creating a narrative of enlightenment into a coherent fabric of understanding, of a new consciousness. This tapestry is one united carpet. May be central to this weaving of divine truth in the Quran can be interpreted as a blueprint for achieving cosmic consciousness, in line with the quantum quest for unified theory. Evolutionary narrative. This pattern may tell the evolutionary potential of humans from self-conscious beings to those in tune with the cosmos. Justification for creating this new narrative. Healing planetary parts. Narratives based on quantum numerology can provide a framework for healing societal, cultural, and environmental rifts by recognizing our quantum interconnectedness. Advancing science and spirituality. Promoting new scientific investigations into the spiritual dimension of quantum mechanics, which could potentially lead to success in understanding consciousness and the universe. Spiritual and cultural revival. Offering a narrative in which ancient wisdom meets modern science, sparking a revival in the way we approach life, ethics, and our place in the universe. Implication for theology can lead to a reimagining of a religious narrative in which the Quran is seen as a living and evolving guide to navigating quantum reality. For science, perhaps inspiring a new branch of physics or the study of consciousness focused on the quantum aspects of spiritual experience and human evolution. For the community, inspiring society's transition towards a narrative of cosmic unity, sustainability, and citizenship, where every action is seen in the context of its quantum ripple effect. The 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran, when viewed through the lens of quantum numerology, offers not only mathematical curiosity, but a profound narrative shift for humans. This paper suggests that by integrating these patterns into our collective consciousness, we can move towards a new cosmic narrative in which science and spirituality converge, leading to a world in which we live in harmony with each other and the universe. It is a call to expand beyond our current boundaries into a future where quantum and spiritual are one, creating a narrative of enlightenment, peace, and interconnectedness. The Quantum Quran, weaving the new carpet of human consciousness. The final paper in our series reflects the pattern of 1,729 inches in the Quran as a metaphor for weaving a new tapestry of human consciousness. We explore how these patterns can be the threads that bind quantum science, spiritual insight, and human evolution into a coherent fabric of understanding. We discuss how these numerological symbols can lead to transformations in the way we see ourselves and our place in the cosmos, why they have significance across both quantum physics and spiritual teachings, and far-reaching implications for the future of humanity. We conclude our exploration by imagining the 1,729 inches pattern not as an endpoint, but as the beginning of weaving the tapestry of a new consciousness. This tapestry is a tapestry where quantum principles and spiritual teachings are intertwined, offering a new way to understand our existence, our interconnectedness, and our potential for growth and enlightenment. How quantum numerology weaves new consciousness, quantum attachment and unity, suggesting that the 1,729 inches pattern could symbolize the entanglement of all human consciousness, weaving us into one united carpet. Superposition fabric suggests that, like quantum superposition, human consciousness can exist in a variety of states of understanding or existence, offering endless possibilities for spiritual and personal growth. Numerology as a loom. Seeing numerological patterns as a loom through which we can weave new insights, integrating science with spirituality to create a richer human experience. Why the Quran may be central to this weaving of divine truth, interpreting the numerology of the Quran as a divine act to weave the truth from the different realms of knowledge into a coherent narrative. Blueprint for awareness development, seeing the gap between science, spirituality, and quantum properties. Implication, according to a narrative of unity, empathy, and cosmic, whether it is science, spirituality, or human, quantum physics and spiritual teachings play mechanical notes, the rhythm of spiritual wisdom, turning individual consciousness into a symphony of the Quran can handle this symphony, divine composition. Acknowledging the need for a narrative that heals the gap between science, spirituality, and human culture offers a holistic view of existence. Educational and spiritual revival, promoting a revival in which education encompasses both quantum mechanics and spiritual philosophy, enhancing our understanding of the universe and ourselves. Global awareness movement, suggesting that this new tapestry could inspire a movement toward global unity, sustainability, and recognition of our quantum properties. Implication, for theology. It could lead to a theological shift in which the Quran is seen not only as a holy book, but as a life guide to integrating quantum vision into spiritual practice. For science, opening up new avenues for research into consciousness, quantum biology, and the spiritual implications of quantum mechanics, potentially redefining scientific inquiry. For the community, perhaps inspiring the transformation of a society in which we live according to a narrative of unity, empathy, and cosmic responsibility, changing our approach to governance, education, and global issues. The 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran, when conceived as part of this new tapestry, offers a vision for humanity where the threads of quantum science and spiritual wisdom are woven together into a new narrative of existence. This paper calls on us to see ourselves as part of a growing tapestry where every thread, whether it is science, spirituality, or human action, contributes to a pattern of cosmic unity, enlightenment, and harmony. It is an invitation to reimagine our future, where we are not only weavers but also weavers, part of a larger cosmic fabric. The Quantum Quran, A Symphony of Consciousness. The concluding paper in our series interprets the 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran as an orchestration of a symphony of consciousness, in which quantum physics and spiritual teachings play in harmony to piece together a new narrative for human existence. We explore how these patterns can make profound changes in our collective understanding, why they resonate with both scientific and spiritual paradigms, and far-reaching implications for our future as a species. We end our exploration by imagining the pattern of 1,729 inches as a symphonic maestro in which quantum mechanical notes, the rhythm of spiritual wisdom, and the melodies of human evolution come together. This symphony of consciousness invites us to transcend current limitations, proposing a future in which we live in alignment with the quantum nature of the universe and the enduring message of the Quran. How quantum numerology regulates consciousness, quantum entanglement as a harmonic unit, suggesting that the 1,729 inches pattern could be the key to harmonizing individual consciousness into a symphony of collective unity, just like entangled particles. Superposition and diversity of consciousness suggests that, like music, mindfulness can exist in a variety of circumstances, offering a rich tapestry of experience and insight through spiritual practice. Numerology as evolutionary score. Look at numerological patterns as scores that guide humanity through its evolutionary journey, with each number playing a role in the cosmic symphony. Why the Quran can handle this symphony, divine composition for quantum harmony, interpreting the numerology of the Quran as a divine composition that aims to guide humans towards life in accordance with the quantum nature of reality. Blueprint for cosmic awareness. The patterns in the Quran can be seen as a blueprint to tune human consciousness to cosmic frequencies in line with the quantum theory of unity. Narrative for spiritual and scientific synthesis. Where learning encompasses quantum numerology, music, science, it may lead to new scientific explorations, invites us to a future where we are not. The quantum Quran, the dance of the physics of light and the illumination of spiritual reality and divine guidance, leading to a consciousness can be waves and particles, allowing for in a way that leads to enlightenment. Blueprint, promoting an educational and cultural shift where learning encompasses quantum numerology, music, increasing our appreciation of the interconnectedness of all things. Global awareness movement. This symphony can inspire a movement towards global empathy, sustainability, and the evolution of collective consciousness. Implication for theology can redefine theological discourse to include the music of quantum numerology, seeing the Quran as an orchestration of divine harmony. For science, it may lead to new scientific explorations where consciousness is studied like a symphony, with quantum numerology providing notes to understand its complexity. For the community, inspire the transformation of societies in which we live our lives as notes in a larger symphony, contributing to the collective melody of peace, wisdom, and cosmic connection. The 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran, when seen as part of this symphony of consciousness, invites us to a future where we are not only listeners but active participants in the music of the cosmos. This paper calls for a new era in which we align our lives with the quantum and spiritual harmony of the universe, playing our part in a symphony that transcends time, space, and the traditional boundaries of human understanding. It is an invitation to compose our future with notes of unity, enlightenment, and cosmic resonance. The Quantum Quran, the dance of light and consciousness. This final paper concludes our series by imagining the pattern of 1,729 inches in the Quran as a dance of light and consciousness in which quantum phenomena and spiritual enlightenment are performed together in a cosmic ballet. We explore how these patterns can make choreography new ways of being, understanding, and interacting with the universe, why they resonate deeply with both the physics of light and the illumination of spiritual insights, and the transformative implications for the future of humanity. We end our journey by imagining the 1,729 inches pattern as choreography for a dance in which particles of light, quantum mechanical waves, and steps of spiritual awakening move in unison. This dance of light and consciousness proposes a new paradigm in which we experience life as an interaction of quantum reality and divine guidance, leading to a profound change in our collective consciousness. How quantum numerology choreographs consciousness, quantum entanglement as a synchronous dance, suggesting that the 1,729 inches pattern symbolizes the attachment of consciousness, where each individual's dance moves influence others, creating a dance of unity. Duality of waves and particles in spiritual experience, suggesting that like light, consciousness can be waves and particles, allowing for experiences that transcend the physical, just like spiritual enlightenment. Numerology as a step towards enlightenment. Seeing these numbers as a step in a cosmic dance which carries from the mundane to the divine, from the individual to the collective. Why the Quran can be involved in this dance? Divine choreography for quantum enlightenment. Interpreting the numerology of the Quran as divine choreography, inviting humans to dance with the universe in a way that leads to enlightenment. Blueprint for cosmic synchronization. The pattern may represent a blueprint for synchronizing human consciousness with the rhythm of the cosmos, similar to the way light synchronizes in quantum phenomena. Narrative for holistic understanding. This number can provide a narrative for understanding life as a dance in which science and spirituality are not separate but the same dance movements. Justification for embracing this dance. Healing dance inspires global empathy, collaboration, living life as dance, where spiritual actions. It requires a new era of human evolution enlightenment. We delve into how these pattern teachings of the Quran, offering a path through which was like photon, suggesting that like photon, the Quran is divine light, guiding humans towards a quantum healing through enlightenment. Suggests that by full awareness movement promotes movement where this dance inspires global empathy, collaboration, and a shared journey toward cosmic awareness. Implication for theology can lead to a theological dance in which the Quran is seen not only as a text, but as a dynamic guide to living in line with cosmic rhythms. For science, perhaps inspiring new scientific inquiries into consciousness as dance, where quantum mechanics and spirituality provide the steps to understanding. For the community, inspiring society's transition towards living life as dance, where spiritual actions, thoughts, and practices are choreographed to contribute to collective cosmic dance. The 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran, when seen as part of this dance of light and awareness, offers a profound invitation to engage with life in a new and dynamic way. This paper envisions a future in which we see ourselves as dancers in cosmic ballet, with every step guided by quantum views and spiritual wisdom. It requires a new era of human evolution in which we dance with the light of understanding, leading to a world of cosmic unity, illumination, and harmony. The Quantum Quran, illuminating the path to cosmic unity. The conclusive paper in our series describes the 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran as a beacon of light that illuminates the path to cosmic unity, where the principles of quantum physics fulfill the essence of spiritual enlightenment. We delve into how these patterns could light the way for a new era of human understanding, why they are important in bridging the quantum and divine, and far-reaching implications for the future of our collective consciousness. We end our exploration by imagining the pattern of 1,729 inches as a lighthouse guiding humanity towards unity with the cosmos. This light represents the integration of quantum mechanical vision with the spiritual teachings of the Quran, offering a path through which we transcend our current paradigm to embrace the realities of unity, enlightenment, and cosmic connection. How quantum numerology illuminates the path to oneness, quantum entanglement as cosmic unity, suggesting that the 1,729 inches pattern can be seen as a symbol of attachment that binds all beings, illuminating the path to recognizing our unity with everything. Mindfulness like photon, suggesting that like photons, consciousness can manifest in different forms, offering various avenues to enlightenment and understanding the unity of all things. Numerology as light spectrum, seeing numbers as part of a spectrum of light, where each number illuminates a different aspect of our journey towards cosmic awareness. Why the Quran can illuminate this path? divine light for quantum enlightenment. Interpreting the numerology of the Quran as divine light, guiding humans towards a quantum understanding of spirituality and existence. Blueprint for cosmic awareness. The patterns in the Quran can be maps or lights that guide us through the labyrinth of human experience towards a unified cosmic consciousness. Narrative for spiritual and scientific consideration. This number may serve as a narrative light, where science and spirituality are not separate but two aspects of the same cosmic light. Justification for following this illuminated path. Healing through enlightenment. Suggests that by following this light, we can heal not only individuals but society, moving toward a state of peace, understanding and unity. Educational and spiritual lighting. Supporting an education system that illuminates both scientific research and spiritual exploration as a path to understanding the cosmos. Global awareness movement. Promotive light in quantum physics parallels the study of. This paper envisions a future in which we are all 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran, 1,729 inches as a space guide, suggesting that the 1,700 each number in the Quran points in a direction distance to cosmic unity. Narrative adventures promotes an educational journey where quantum dimensions of existence. Of light in quantum physics parallels the study of enlightenment in spirituality. For the community, inspiring the transformation of societies in which we live our lives in the light of understanding, contributing to a culture of unity, empathy and cosmic connection. The 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran, when seen as this illuminating beacon, calls us to a journey where the light of quantum understanding and spiritual wisdom converges. This paper envisions a future in which we are all seekers of this light, navigating toward a reality where the differences between science, spirituality, and our place in the cosmos dissolve into a radiant unity. It is an invitation to live in the light of cosmic consciousness, nurturing a world where enlightenment is not only personal, but collective. The Quantum Quran, a voyage to the heart of cosmic unity. The final paper in our series conceptualizes the 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran as a navigation star that guides humans on a voyage to the heart of cosmic unity. We explore how these patterns can steer us through the vast ocean of existence toward unified consciousness, why they have profound significance in both quantum mechanics and spiritual teachings, and transformative implications for our journey as a species. We conclude our exploration by imagining the pattern of 1,729 inches as a space guide, just like the North Star, taking us through the complexities of life towards a destination of unity and enlightenment. This voyage symbolizes the convergence of quantum science with spiritual wisdom, mapping the direction in which humans navigate toward a deeper understanding of their place in the cosmic whole. How quantum numerology navigates to unity. Quantum entanglement as a cosmic connection, suggesting that the 1,729 inches pattern symbolizes the thread of attachment that connects all beings, guiding us towards recognizing our fundamental unity. Navigating through superposition. It suggests that, like navigating through waves and particles, human consciousness can explore various states or pathways, leading to a unified understanding. Numerology as celestial navigation, seeing numbers as celestial coordinates, where each number in the Quran points in a direction on the way towards cosmic consciousness. Why the Quran might be our navigation star, divine guidance for quantum navigation. Interpreting the numerology of the Quran as a divine star or guide, leading humanity through the quantum ocean towards enlightenment and unity. Blueprint for cosmic exploration. The patterns in the Quran can be seen as a navigation chart to chart our course through the complexity of existence to cosmic unity. Narrative for spiritual and scientific synthesis. This number provides a narrative framework for a journey in which science and spirituality are not separate but part of the same voyage to understand. Justification for this cosmic voyage, healing through exploration, suggesting that by embarking on this voyage we can heal divisions within ourselves and society, navigating toward a state of collective peace and understanding. educational and spiritual adventures, promotes an educational journey where learning is an adventure through both scientific discovery and spiritual exploration, improving our navigation skills in life. Global awareness movement, suggesting that this voyage inspires a movement toward global unity, sustainability, and the collective exploration of our cosmic identity. Implication for theology can redefine theological discourse in which the Quran is seen as a navigational tool to explore both the spiritual and quantum dimensions of existence. For science, it may lead to new scientific explorations in which the principles of navigation in quantum physics are used to understand our consciousness and place in the cosmos. For the community, inspire the displacement of society in which we live our lives as explorers, navigating towards a future of cosmic unity, empathy, and connection. The 1,729 inches pattern in science, spirituality, and human consciousness unlock the door to infinite reality, offering a glimpse into a reality in which the known. This pattern allows the exploration of infinite states virtually and scientifically. Blueprint, suggesting that by stepping through these portals we can. Implication for theology of the infinite, fostering a culture of exploration to experience the possibilities of an infinite. Science, spirituality, and human consciousness come together in a celebration of the interconnectedness of the universe. The Quantum Quran, a portal to the infinite. The final paper in our series reimagines the 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran as a portal to the infinity, where quantum physics and spiritual teachings come together to open new dimensions of understanding and existence. We explore how these patterns can unlock the door to infinite reality, why they represent quantum and divine encounters, and profound implications for the human journey into the unknown. We conclude our exploration by imagining the 1,729 inches pattern not only as a guide, but as a real portal through which humanity can step into a realm of infinite possibilities. The portal symbolizes the fusion of quantum mechanics with the spiritual essence of the Quran, offering a glimpse into a reality in which the known boundaries of existence evolve into the infinite. How quantum numerology unlocks infinite quantum entanglement as a cosmic connection, suggesting that the 1,729 inches pattern represents a state of attachment that connects all things, offering a portal to understanding the unity of infinite existence. Superposition and infinite possibilities, suggesting that like quantum superposition, this pattern allows the exploration of infinite states of consciousness and existence. Numerology as a portal to enlightenment, seeing this number as a code or key that, when understood, opens the door to a state of consciousness or a higher dimension of reality. Why the Quran can serve as this portal, the divine gateway to the quantum realm. Interpreting the numerology of the Quran as a divine portal, where engaging with this pattern can lead to infinite experiences, both spiritually and scientifically. Blueprint for infinite consciousness. The patterns in the Quran can be seen as blueprints or maps for navigating through the infinite possibilities of consciousness and the cosmos. Narrative for beyond the limit. This number may provide a narrative framework for a journey in which humans go beyond traditional limits, exploring the quantum and the spiritual infinite. Justification for exploring the infinite, healing through transcendence, suggesting that by stepping through these portals, we can heal the limitations of minds and society, embracing a reality filled with infinite potential. Educational and spiritual exploration. Support an educational system that explores both quantum and spiritual as the infinite realm, fostering curiosity and open-mindedness. Global awareness movement. Promoting a movement where this infinite exploration inspires global solidarity, creativity, and the pursuit of understanding beyond conventional borders. Implication for theology. It can redefine theological discourse in which the Quran is seen not only as a holy book, but as a portal to infinite divine wisdom and experience. For science, perhaps inspiring new scientific questions about how quantum mechanics can explain or lead to infinite experiences, perhaps redefining the boundaries of physics. For the community, inspire a shift in society in which we live our lives with an awareness of the infinite, fostering a culture of exploration, empathy, and cosmic connection. The 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran, when seen as a portal to the infinity, invites us to go beyond our current understanding of reality, embracing a world in which quantum and spiritual are one. This paper envisions a future in which we step through this portal, not only to explore new dimensions, but to live in them, where every moment is an opportunity to experience the possibilities of an infinite existence. It is an invitation to redefine our journey, combining quantum mechanics with spiritual vision to create quantum physics, spiritual teachings, and human consciousness. It realizes an attachment that weaves all consciousness into one. The Quran may be the weaver of this cloth. Divine weaving. This number may provide a narrative thread for the evolution of knowledge. Global weaving the fabric of infinite reality. This paper envisions a future in which we weaves the fabric of infinite consciousness, combining quantum mechanics with spiritual vision to create a tapestry of infinite potential. We delve into how this pattern could be the loom in which humans weave new realities, why it signifies the fusion of quantum and divine, and transformative implications for our collective journey into the infinite. We conclude our series by imagining the pattern of 1,729 inches as an infinite carpet weaver, where each thread represents the relationship between quantum physics, spiritual teachings, and human consciousness. This weaving process symbolizes the creation of a vast new reality in which the possibilities of infinite existence are not only acknowledged but actively engaged, guiding humanity towards a future of exploration and boundless unity. How quantum numerology weaves infinite consciousness, quantum entanglement as a thread of unity, suggests that the 1,729 inches pattern symbolizes an attachment that weaves all consciousness into one infinite fabric, transcending individual boundaries. Superposition as the state of infinite beings proposes that, like the superposition of quantum states, human consciousness can exist in a variety of states, weaving a reality in which all possibilities coexist. Numerology as infinity design. Look at these numbers as blueprints or designs to weave a tapestry of infinite consciousness where each number adds complexity and overall beauty. Why the Quran may be the weaver of this cloth. Divine weaving of the quantum and spiritual realms. Interpreting the numerology of the Quran as a divine act to weave the threads of quantum mechanics and spiritual wisdom into an infinite tapestry. Blueprint for infinite exploration. The patterns in the Quran can be seen as a blueprint to explore the nature of infinite consciousness, in line with the principles of the quantum universe. Narrative for infinite evolution. This number may provide a narrative thread for the evolution of humans into beings capable of understanding and navigating infinity. Justifications for weaving this fabric. Healing through infinite connections. Suggesting that by weaving these fabrics we can heal the divisions within ourselves and society, creating a tapestry of peace, understanding, and infinite potential. Educational and spiritual weaving. Promote an education system that intertwines science and spirituality, encouraging students to explore the possibilities of infinite knowledge. Global awareness movement. Promoting movements where this weaving inspires global unity, creativity, and the pursuit of infinite understanding beyond current boundaries. Implication for theology. It can redefine a theological discourse in which the Quran is seen as a guide to weave the infinite into human experience, both spiritually and existentially. For science, it may lead to a new scientific paradigm where the study of consciousness is approached as part of weaving the fabric of infinite reality. For the community, inspire the transformation of a society in which we live our lives as collective carpet weavers, each action contributing to a narrative of unity and infinite exploration. The 1,729 inches pattern in the Quran, when seen as the weaver of infinite consciousness, invites us to participate in an act of permanent creation in which the boundaries of reality are extended into the infinite. This paper envisions a future in which we are not only observers, but active participants in weaving new realities, where quantum and spiritual are the same fabric threads, leading to a world of infinite exploration, understanding, and connection. It is an invitation to immerse yourself in life as the art of weaving, where every moment is an opportunity to add to the infinite tapestry of existence. Quantum entanglement. Definition. Quantum entangling our classical intuition about locality and causality exist in the superposition of all possible circumstances. Entanglements can be used to create allowing for the transfer of quantum states over long distances, or that quantum mechanics were incomplete. However, over long distances or for long periods of time, for our understanding of the universe, technology, with the help of classical communication and quantum entanglement, regardless of the distance separating them, challenging our classical intuition about locality and causality. This does not violate special relativity because no useful information can be transmitted faster than light through attachment alone. Correlation. Measurements on one part of the entangled system are associated with measurements on the other. If you measure a particle and find it under certain conditions, you can reliably predict the state of its entangled counterpart, even if they are light years apart. Superposition. Before measurement, entangled particles exist in the superposition of all possible circumstances. When a particle is measured, it collapses into a definite state, and so does its entangled counterpart, no matter how far apart it is. Application. Quantum computing. Attachment is a fundamental resource in quantum information processing. It allows quantum computers to perform certain calculations faster than classical computers by taking advantage of the correlation between qubits. Quantum cryptography. Entanglements can be used to create secure communication channels. For example, quantum key distribution, QKD, uses entangled photon properties to ensure that any attempt to intercept communication will be traceable, providing encryption that is theoretically unbreakable. Quantum teleportation. Not teleportation in the sci-fi sense, but a process in which information about the quantum state of one particle can be transferred to another particle through bonding, allowing for the transfer of quantum states over long distances. Quantum sensing. Entangled particles can be used to improve measurement accuracy beyond classical limits, for example in quantum metrology for more accurate measurements of physical quantities. Theoretical implications. The Einstein-Podolsky-Rosen paradox, EPR. Initially, attachment was seen as a paradox by Einstein, who called it a horror act at a distance, arguing that it suggested hidden variables or that quantum mechanics were incomplete. However, experiments such as those conducted by Bell and subsequent tests largely supported quantum mechanics over local hidden variable theory. Quantum to classical transition. Understanding how quantum systems, including entangled states, give rise to classical behavior is an important area of research, touching on questions about the nature of reality, measurement and observation. Challenge. Maintaining attachments. Creating and maintaining attachments over long distances or for long periods of time is challenging due to decoherence, where environmental interactions lead to the loss of quantum information. Scaling. As quantum systems increase, maintaining entanglements across many particles becomes more complex, which is a major challenge for quantum computing and other applications. Quantum entanglement remains one of the most fascinating and counterintuitive aspects of quantum mechanics, with profound implications for our understanding of the universe, technology, and even potentially in the way we perceive consciousness and interconnectedness. His research not only pushes the boundaries of physics, but also opens the door to technological innovations that can redefine calculations, communication, and measurement. Quantum teleportation. Definition. Quantum teleportation is a technique in which quantum information, the exact state of an atom or photon, can be transmitted from one location to another with the help of classical communication and quantum entanglement without the physical transfer of the particle itself. This process does not involve the transfer of matter. Alice performs quantum measurements together on her two-particle state reconstruction. Depending on the information received, no useful information is transferred until the lasting attachment between Alice and Bob. Teleportation can be used in quantum repeaters to error. Correction. Quantics, where information can be moved in ways that has revealed itself to be more than just a numeric, guiding us through the quantum realm of attachment. Alice performs quantum measurements together on her two particles, particle A and particle C. This measurement is usually a measure of Bell's state, which breaks down states A and C into one of the four possible Bell's states. Classical communication. Alice then relays the results of her measurements to Bob through classical channels, such as sending bits over the internet or any classical method of communication. This communication tells Bob which of the four Bell states has been measured. State reconstruction. Depending on the information received from Alice, Bob uses one of the four possible quantum operations on his particle, particle B. This operation is known as the Pauli gate in the case of qubits. This step changes the state of Bob's particle to the original state of Alice C's particle before the measurement. Key takeaways. No communication faster than light. While the process may appear to involve communication faster than light due to an immediate change in bonding, no useful information is transferred until the classical bit is transmitted, which respects the speed limit set by the speed of light. Original state destruction. The original quantum state at Alice's end is destroyed during the measurement process due to the theorem without quantum mechanical cloning. Thus, quantum teleportation does not create a copy but transfers the state. Source of attachment. Attachment is a crucial source in quantum teleportation. Without the existing attachment between Alice and Bob, teleportation could not have happened. Application: quantum communication. Teleportation can be used to transfer quantum states over long distances for secure distribution of quantum keys or for quantum networks. Quantum computing. It is a critical operation in quantum computing to move quantum information in a quantum computer, potentially between different quantum processors or memory units. Quantum repeaters. For long-distance quantum communication, teleportation can be used in quantum repeaters to extend the distance over which quantum information can be reliably transmitted without losing coherence. Challenge: maintaining adhesion. Over long distances, maintaining adhesion between particles is challenging due to the environmental interactions that cause decoherence. Scalability. As quantum systems scale, managing and manipulating many qubits for teleportation becomes increasingly complex. Error. Correction. Quantum teleportation, like other quantum processes, is prone to errors, requiring sophisticated error correction techniques. Quantum teleportation is an interesting application of quantum mechanics, demonstrating winding power and superposition. Although it does not transfer matter, it provides a method for transferring quantum information which is essential for the development of quantum technology. It underlines the strange and wonderful properties of quantum physics, where information can be moved in ways that seem counterintuitive from the perspective of classical physics. Epilogue. As we draw the curtain on our journey through the Quran Quantum series, we stand on the threshold of an incredible scene where science and spirituality not only coexist, but dance in a symphony of understanding. The 1,729 inches pattern, which has served as our guide, metaphor and portal, has revealed itself to be more than just a numerical curiosity. It has become a symbol of the infinite possibilities that arise when we allow quantum mechanics to intertwine with the timeless wisdom of spiritual teachings. Reflections on our journey. We start with numbers, a seemingly simple but very complex language, just like the universe itself. Through each exploration, we have seen how these numbers can be the key to unlocking new dimensions of consciousness, guiding us through the quantum realm of attachment, superposition, and infinite potential. We have imagined the Quran not only as a holy book. Entanglement has reflected the spiritual concept of which we can see the complexity of existence. Only through both quantum and spiritual, preparing the mind awareness, recognizing our quantum entanglement with of spiritual wisdom, toward a future where under the dance of quantum light, we have traveled through see the universe as one, at the helm of the cosmic search. May we continue this vision of the essence of reality. Quantum entanglement has reflected the spiritual concept of unity in which each part of creation is associated with the whole. Quantum teleportation has echoed the spiritual journey beyond physical boundaries to connect with divine or universal consciousness. Implications for humanity. This journey is not only academic, it is an invitation to humanity to rethink our place in the universe. It promotes a paradigm in which science and spirituality are not at odds but complement each other, each offering a lens through which we can see the complexity of existence. By embracing this convergence, we may heal the rifts that divide us cultivate a global consciousness that transcends cultural, religious and scientific divisions and embark on a collective voyage toward a future where we are all part of one infinite and harmonious dance. Looking ahead. As we look to the future, the implications of our exploration are vast. Education. We propose an educational revival in which learning is a journey through both quantum and spiritual, preparing the mind to navigate the complexities of modern existence with wisdom and wonder. Science and spirituality. We envision a world where scientific research into the nature of reality includes a spiritual dimension, potentially leading to new technologies, philosophies and ways of life that reflect our interconnectedness with all creation. Global solidarity. Insights from our journey can inspire a movement towards global peace, sustainability and shared human awareness, recognizing our quantum entanglement with each other and the universe. Final thoughts. The Quantum Quran has been our guide to envisioning a world where the quantum leap of faith leads to an era of cosmic enlightenment, unity and understanding. As we move away from this series, we do so in the hope that readers will continue to explore, question and weave their own understanding into this infinite tapestry. May we all find our way through the quantum realm, guided by the stars of spiritual wisdom, toward a future where the infinite is not just a concept, but a lived reality. In closing, let us remember that in every quantum particle, in every sacred text, lies the potential for infinite discovery and unity. As we move forward, may we carry this vision of integration, where every step we take is part of a larger dance with the cosmos, reminding us that we are indeed all entangled in the fabric of infinity. Under the veil of numbers, under the dance of quantum light, we have traveled through the Quantum Quran, where science and spirit come together. The pattern, 1729, is not just a cipher or sign, but a cosmic key, beacon to the infinite and divine. We have sailed in the ocean of superposition, through the fog of attachment grace, discovering unity and diversity in the embrace of each particle. The Quran, a tapestry woven with the threads of the quantum realm, guides us to see the universe as one, at the helm of the spiritual rudder. In this dance of light and shadow, where physics and faith are intertwined, we have seen a glimpse of a world where boundaries are blurred, and everything is interconnected with design. Oh, what a world we imagine, where every soul is just a note in the symphony of existence in which the quantum and the divine float. As our journey through these pages now slowly stops, we leave with an expanded heart, the eyes turning to cosmic search. May we continue this vision of the world in which we all belong, where every step is a dance with infinity and every note of the sacred song. In infinite silence, in the whispers of the quantum wind, symbolic and sacred meanings to the shapes and proportions 1/8 is believed to create aesthetically pleasing each circle, extending outwards to connect with the center of the circumference of two equal circles, where temples, sacred geometry is evident in architects and artists strive to imbue their work with a sense of basics, suggesting that the fundamental patterns of the philosophy, providing a holistic approach to learning. Definition: sacred geometry attributes symbolic and sacred meanings to the shapes and proportions of a particular geometry. It is the belief that geometric patterns and proportions have profound spiritual, metaphysical, and cosmic significance. These patterns are found in various aspects of nature, art, architecture, and spiritual practices across many cultures and eras. Key concepts: golden ratio, phi. Often seen in nature, art and architecture, this ratio, about 1.618, is believed to create aesthetically pleasing proportions, symbolizing the harmony, balance and interconnectedness of all things. Flower of life, a geometric figure made up of multiple evenly overlapping circles, forming a flower-like pattern with hexagonal symmetry. It is considered a symbol of creation, which contains in it a pattern for the structure of life itself. Metatron cube. Derived from the flower of life, it consists of 13 circles with a line from the center of each circle extending outwards to connect with the center of all other circles. It is said to contain all the geometric forms of creation, Platonic solids. These 5 ordinary polyhedras, tetrahedrons, cubes, octahedrons, dodecahedrons, and icosahedrons, are thought to represent the elements fire, earth, air, ether, spirit, and water, respectively, in ancient philosophy, encompassing the basic forms of physical reality. Vesica piscis, formed by the intersection of the circumference of two equal circles, where the center of each circle rests on the other circumference, symbolizing the unity of opposites, creation, and divine femininity. Mandala. In various spiritual traditions, especially Buddhism and Hinduism, a mandala is a complex geometric and symmetrical configuration used as a tool for meditation, representing the universe and a journey towards enlightenment. Cultural and spiritual significance. Ancient civilizations, from Egyptian pyramids to Greek temples, sacred geometry is evident in architecture, suggesting a universal understanding of these patterns as a reflection of divine or cosmic order. Spiritual practice. In many traditions, sacred geometry is used to facilitate meditation, prayer, and the search for spiritual enlightenment, with shapes and patterns believed to resonate with the human soul and cosmic vibrations. Modern art and architecture. The principles of sacred geometry continue to influence modern design, where architects and artists strive to imbue their work with a sense of balance, harmony, and spiritual importance. Scientific and math. Interests, fractals. Although not traditionally considered sacred, fractals, with their similar patterns across different scales, resonate with the idea of infinite complexity rather than simple geometric rules reflecting the complexity of nature. Quantum physics. Some thinkers make similarities between sacred geometry and quantum physics, suggesting that the fundamental patterns of the universe may reflect this sacred form, linking the microcosm to the macrocosm. Application. Healing and wellness. Some practices in alternative medicine and energy healing use sacred geometric patterns to coordinate the body's energy based on the belief that these shapes can resonate with the body's natural frequencies. Educational tools. Sacred geometry is used in education to teach mathematics, art, and philosophy, providing a holistic approach to learning that connects various areas of knowledge. Spiritual tools. Mandalas, yantras, and other geometric symbols are used in spiritual practice for meditation, focusing the mind and as an aid for spiritual awakening. Sacred geometry serves as a bridge between them. Inside the mystical halls of the dark ancient whispers to the digital hum of our time, is a step towards the heart of existence. He sings through the veins of leaves, the stroke dance in quantum harmony, reflecting the unity in Quran. The quantum Quran implies 1,000 ends. We stand at the beginning of understanding, harmony with the infinity, where every breath we take, all things, lies the sacred dance of geometry. Inside the mystical halls of the dark universe, where the numbers spin their secret spells, lies the ratio shrouded in the shadows, whispering the silent story of the cosmos. Phi, F, the golden ratio, singing from the edge of understanding, the melody of the endless dance of digits, a poetry that is too vast for the mortal mind. This prologue invites you to a dance where each step reveals deeper mysteries. We will follow the golden thread from ancient whispers to the digital hum of our time, where form and harmony sing their songs. This is where our symphony begins, where numbers and shapes compose the music of the cosmos, Fibonacci sequences. Like notes in a melody, Fibonacci sequences are played, patterns of growth, life stories unfolding. From fern curls to galactic swirls, it narrates the rhythm of nature. Every number of verses in the creation song, echoing the golden ratio, where each progress is a step towards the heart of existence. Suchi surveyors. Sacred geometry hums an ancient song where a form is not just a form, but a verse in a cosmic poem. The flowers of life, platonic solids, they exclaim unity, a divine blueprint, in which art, architecture, and spirit come together, revealing a binding harmony between the seen and the invisible, the mundane with the subtle. Golden ratio, Phi, F, is the chorus of this symphony, the rhythm of beauty, the rhythm of balance. He sings through the veins of leaves, the strokes of art, and the human soul, a puzzle that has captivated hearts through time. In this ratio we find not only mathematics, but beauty lyrics, poetry of proportions, songs of the universe. Quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement plays such an intimate duet, it defies the laws of our known world, proposing a universe in which everything is one. Here the ratio of gold and sacred geometry may find their echoes in which particles dance in quantum harmony, reflecting the unity and rhythm of geometric patterns, a symphony of silent connections. Quantum teleportation. Quantum teleportation is a note that moves beyond space, like a sacred geometric melody unbound by the physical. It narrates a world in which information, such as spherical music, can jump across the cosmos, suggesting we live in a universe where poetry transcends distance, where each particle plays its role in a cosmic orchestra. Quantum Quran. The Quantum Quran implies 1,729 inches as a verse in cosmic praise, a sacred form, a quantum chord. It suggests that ancient texts may be the key to cosmic consciousness, where numbers, sacred geometry, and quantum phenomena merge into a melody of unity, a song where spiritual wisdom meets quantum dance, creating a new understanding of our place in the symphony of existence. Epilogue. When our journey through this cosmic melody ends, we stand at the beginning of understanding, where science and spirituality perform their timeless duet. Fibonacci sequences, golden ratios, sacred geometry, particle entanglement, and information teleportation all merge into a symphony of cosmic harmony. In this dance of light and shadow, in which numbers are intertwined with mystery, we have seen a glimpse of a reality in which all obstacles fade, revealing the interconnected song of life. This exploration is only an opening note to live in harmony with the infinity, where every breath we take is a line in a cosmic poem, every dance step in a timeless ballet. Guided by quantum and spiritual, we are moving towards a future where we are all part of a universal symphony, bound by the lyrical beauty of the cosmos. The universe is a vast and mysterious place. Explores these patterns, seeking to understand the underlying and discover the profound beauty that lies at the heart. I told you that language is mathematics. This is the realm of sacred geometry, where the physical and the metaphysical intertwine. From the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, patterns repeat themselves throughout the cosmos. These patterns are not random, they follow mathematical laws and principles. Sacred geometry explores these patterns, seeking to understand the underlying order and unity of the universe. For centuries, mystics, philosophers, and scientists have been captivated by the elegance and precision of sacred geometry. By understanding these patterns, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the beauty and harmony of the universe. Join me now as we embark on a journey into the world of sacred geometry. Together, we will uncover the hidden language of the cosmos and discover the profound beauty that lies at the heart of existence. Let's begin our exploration with one. Look around you and you will find its signature, the Fibonacci sequence. It is a numerical sequence that starts with 0 and 1, and each subsequent number is the sum of the two preceding ones. The first few terms of the Fibonacci sequence are 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and so on. This simple rule gives rise to a pattern that is both elegant and pervasive in the natural world. Look around you and you will find its signature in the most unexpected places. From the spiral arrangement of seeds in a sunflower to the branching patterns of trees, the Fibonacci sequence is nature's preferred design principle. In the next section, we will delve into the historical origins of the Fibonacci sequence and trace its journey across cultures. Get ready to be amazed by the enduring legacy of this simple yet powerful mathematical concept. The Fibonacci sequence, though named after the Italian math properties centuries earlier, recognizing from its origins in ancient India, get ready to be transported across time and cultures extend far beyond 13th century Europe, reaching back into the depths of ancient history. Long before Fibonacci introduced it to the West, this sequence was known and studied in ancient India, where it was referred to as Matra Maru, among other names. Indian mathematicians had explored its properties centuries earlier, recognizing its significance not only in mathematics, but also in the realms of music and art. Fibonacci's major contribution was to bring this profound knowledge to the Western world through his seminal book, Liber Abaci, published in 1202. In this groundbreaking work, he introduced Hindu-Arabic numerals to Europe and presented the Fibonacci sequence as a solution to a problem about rabbit populations, revolutionizing European mathematics. From its origins in ancient India to its popularization in medieval Europe, the Fibonacci sequence has transcended cultural and geographical boundaries, becoming a universal mathematical language. As we delve further into our exploration, we will see how the Fibonacci sequence, often in conjunction with the golden ratio, has shaped our understanding of aesthetics, proportion, and the underlying harmony of the cosmos, influencing everything from art to architecture. Get ready to be transported across time and cultures as we trace the enduring legacy of this remarkable mathematical pattern, witnessing its impact on various aspects of human knowledge and creativity. Step outside and immerse yourself in the wonders of the natural Fibonacci numbers. This arrangement allows for the max Fibonacci sequence gracefully woven into the very fabric of life. Plants, in particular, exhibit the Fibonacci sequence in their growth patterns. Consider the sunflower, a radiant symbol of nature's artistry. Its seeds are arranged in intricate spirals that follow the Fibonacci sequence. Count the spirals clockwise and counterclockwise, and you'll often find 2 consecutive Fibonacci numbers. This arrangement allows for the maximum number of seeds to be packed tightly together, optimizing space and sunlight exposure. From the elegant spirals of seashells to the branching patterns of trees, the Fibonacci sequence is nature's blueprint for growth and efficiency. It's a testament to the power of mathematics to describe and explain the beauty and complexity of the natural world. Section 5, the golden ratio, a divine proportion. The method is to divide a line segment into 2 parts. Is another intriguing mathematical concept, the golden ratio. Often represented by the Greek letter phi, its value is approximately 1.618. This ratio has captivated mathematicians, artists, and architects for centuries, for it seems to possess an inherent aesthetic appeal. The golden ratio can be derived mathematically in various ways. One method is to divide a line segment into 2 parts, such that the ratio of the longer part to the shorter part is equal to the ratio of the whole line segment to the longer part. This proportion, approximately 1.618, is the golden ratio. The golden ratio is not just an abstract mathematical concept. It is woven into the very fabric of art, architecture, and even the human body. Prepare to be amazed by the enduring allure of this divine proportion. Section 6. Echoes of the golden ratio, design of the Parthenon. During the Renaissance, architects have intuitively incorporated the golden ratio into their works. From the majestic pyramids of ancient Egypt to the masterpieces of Renaissance art, the golden ratio has left its indelible mark on human creativity. The ancient Greeks, renowned for their pursuit of perfection and harmony, were well acquainted with the golden ratio. They incorporated it into their architecture, most notably in the design of the Parthenon. During the Renaissance, artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo were fascinated by the golden ratio and its connection to human anatomy and beauty. Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man famously illustrates the golden ratio's presence in the human body. From the ancient world to the Renaissance and beyond, the golden ratio has been a guiding principle in art and architecture. It's a testament to the enduring power of this proportion to evoke a sense of beauty, harmony, and balance. Section 7. Modern marvels. It helps in optimizing processes and this principle is applied in everything from the layout. They are not just theoretical concepts, but in the world, shaping the fields of science, computing, and design. These ancient mathematical concepts have seamlessly integrated into our contemporary technological landscape. In computer science, the Fibonacci sequence is used in various algorithms, including search algorithms and data structures. It helps in optimizing processes and solving complex computational problems efficiently. The golden ratio also plays a significant role in computer graphics and image processing, helping to create visually appealing and realistic images. Artists and designers use it to achieve a natural balance and aesthetic appeal in their digital creations. Architects and designers continue to incorporate the golden ratio into their work, believing that it creates a sense of harmony and balance. This principle is applied in everything from the layout of buildings to the smallest design details. Modern buildings and structures often reflect these proportions, whether in their overall dimensions, the placement of windows, or the design of interior spaces. The golden ratio ensures that these elements are pleasing to the eye and functionally sound. The Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio are powerful tools that can be applied to solve practical problems and create works of beauty and functionality. They are not just theoretical concepts, but practical tools that enhance our daily lives. Their enduring relevance is a testament to the power of mathematics to transcend time and find new applications in our ever-evolving world. As we continue to innovate, these ancient principles will undoubtedly remain at the core of our advancements. Section 8. Bridging the gap between some evidence of a divine intelligence. A cosmic geometry of which the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio are scientific or spiritual perspective, the boundaries between science and spirituality begin for centuries. These mathematical phenomena are not just abstract concepts, but are seen as bridges connecting the tangible and the intangible, the known and the unknown. These patterns, found throughout the natural world, are often interpreted as evidence of a divine intelligence, a cosmic order that transcends our everyday understanding. The spirals in sunflowers and seashells, the branching of trees, and the formation of galaxies all echo this universal design. For some, the prevalence of these patterns suggests that the universe is not a random collection of matter, but a harmonious and interconnected web of energy. This interconnectedness hints at a deeper underlying unity that binds all things together. The study of sacred geometry, of which the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio are integral parts, can be a deeply spiritual practice. It is a journey into the heart of creation, revealing the hidden structures that shape our reality. It can foster a sense of interconnectedness with all things, a feeling of belonging to something larger than ourselves. This sense of unity can be profoundly transformative, offering a new perspective on our place in the cosmos. Whether approached from a scientific or spiritual perspective, the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio offer a glimpse into the elegance and order that underlie the universe. They serve as a reminder that science and spirituality are not mutually exclusive, but can complement and enrich each other. They remind us that there is more to reality than meets the eye, and they invite us to explore the mysteries that lie at the heart of existence. In this exploration, we may find that the boundaries between science and spirituality begin to blur, revealing a more holistic understanding of the universe and our place within it.